What's up, guys? This is Cinema Crossover. I'm back with a new episode of What If Naruto was Godspeed in DC Part 9. And if you did enjoy the video, give this video a like. And if you're new, much like more content, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more crossover fictions. Now let's begin this new video.
12th chapter, St. Petersburg. I can't believe I agreed to this, Olivver exclaimed as he stood in front of Iron Heights, witnessing the liberation of one of his most dangerous opponents. Listen, I saved your ass, be grateful, Naruto remarked as Olivver filled him in on the details of his arrest. Can't believe you got fucked over by Roz. Even in death the man's a pain in the ass, he said as Roz obviously had operatives in place before he confronted him. You got that right, Olivver replied, grateful he didn't have to deal with Merlyn as much as he did and saddened he had to kill his old friend Masao because he was determined to finish what Ra had started. Yeah, you're officially in the clear until someone unmasks you, Naruto remarked as Lance was irritated that he couldn't arrest Olivver until Tommy Merlyn was located owing to his unmasking in front of everyone and being imprisoned. Speaking of that asshole, why is he still mad at you? He inquired. He's mad that I didn't tell him Sara was dead or that Laurel had taken over as the Black Canary, Olivver stated, regretting his inaction. Geez, and he's still acting as a police officer? You'd think with all that rage going on, they'd put him on leave, Naruto replied, knowing Lance wasn't in the best of health from what Olivver told him. Yeah, everyone's trying to get him help, but he just won't listen, Olivver remarked, caring for Lance and welcoming everything the guy flung at him since he believed he deserved it. So, what are you gonna do with China White? He questioned, knowing the woman was crafty. Put her back on the right track, and me and my mother will help her just like we did before, Naruto answered simply. A wise man once asked me, Naruto, what is the best way to defeat your enemy? Wanna know what he told me the answer was? He told me to make them your friend, Olivver explained. Wise words, and that's something I can understand and support, Naruto remarked to him. China also has contacts all over, which is nice to have, he said, comparing China to Olivver with the Bratva. That's good. Did she tell you about Bronze Tiger? I forgot his real name. Olivver commented as Naruto defeated Roz and paired up with a man Laurel had learned under at an old school gym. You mean Ben Turner? Naruto inquired. What about that Wildcat guy the first heard about? Who told you? Olivver inquired, intrigued. Laurel, Naruto began as Olivver looked at him. Don't worry, Cisco and Joe just called me with her, he continued as Laurel was talking to Cisco about updating her technology. Felicity was going to be my first guess, Olivver chuckled. Yeah, I heard about Brick. How's Wildcat? I heard he got shot. Naruto inquired, noting that Wildcat was the first vigilante before Olivver was transformed into the Arrow. He's fine. We took down Brick, which is good. How's everything back home? Thea doing okay. I heard Jitters is going great, Olivver stated as he had Felicity keep an eye on Thea and was relieved she was out of the city. Naruto smirked. Good, she named a drink after you. Really? How is it? Olivver inquired, curious about his drink. It stinks, but she named it appropriately to you, Naruto chuckled, unsure whether he should tell him his coffee was titled, Quick Shot, or that he had the rights to the Arrow's likeness. Ah, matter of opinion, Olivver responded, adding that he'd try it the next time he visited Central City. Alright, are you ready? Naruto inquired. I was born ready, Olivver said, I just hope she's not mad at me. He hoped China didn't hold a grudge against him. She's very zen, but she also holds a grudge, Naruto added, adding that the fact that China remained cool in a fight or whatever she did was what made her so frightening to most people. So, should I be prepared to be punched? Olivver inquired. Probably not, Naruto whispered to him, she doesn't know you're the Arrow. Maybe I don't know, she watches the news a lot and is smart. She'd have to be trained and survive your mother's training, if that's how you described it, Olivver replied as the two laughed as he sparred with the woman on one of her travels to China and asked her for a spar, which he soon regretted. When Naruto saw Chien, he exclaimed, here she comes. Freedom, Chien murmured as she stepped through the gates, smiling as she saw Naruto and giving Olivver a blank expression. Naruto chuckled and added, she knows. Don't worry, Mr. Queen, if I wanted to do anything, I would have told them the minute I arrived, Chien replied, her face emotionless. Thank you, I guess. I'm not sure about you, but I could go for a coffee, Olivver replied as Naruto dashed away and returned with a tray of coffees. With a little laugh, Naruto continued, one quick shot for you. I knew she'd pull something with that. Ha, quick shot, well played, Olivver laughed, fighting the want to spit it out. This has no flavor and has some strong liquor, he remarked, as even though he drank Russian vodka, it burnt his throat. Told you it'd be bad. Been trying to get her to fix it, sorry buddy. Naruto replied as Thea described him as a literal piece of shit. And they say I hold a grudge. Chien chuckled as she sampled her tea and smiled at Naruto, delighted he remembered. Please tell me you got me something I'll like. Olivver pleaded as he noticed Naruto had brought 4 additional glasses. Try a Godspeed, Naruto smirked. Knowing Thea, this will probably be the best, Olivver said as he took a sip. Holy shit, this tastes amazing, he said, as he preferred black coffee but loved to try new things every now and then. The rest are for the others. Do you want to take them, or should I? Naruto inquired. Please come. Having you there will make the shit that goes down with Quentin bearable, Olivver urged as Quentin was getting on his nerves. What do you want me to help you with him? Naruto inquired as he stood by Cisco and Joe. You annoy the hell out of me, but not as much as Lance does, and besides, I could use a friend right now, Olivver stated as seeing Tommy made his heart clench and he realized he didn't have as deep links with the people around him as he liked. I'm sorry, I don't think I heard that right. Did you just call me your friend? Naruto inquired. Yes, I did. Now, what about her? Are you coming along? Olivver questioned Chien, as if there was no reason for her to hide it. Yeah, Chien, you want to come with me? Naruto inquired. Yes, my bones and muscles have been restrained for far too long, Chien explained. I knew you'd say that, my white lotus flower, Naruto replied, stroking her hair. Hearing that, Olivver chuckled and drew a sneer from a Chinese gang member. Yeah, they're not all going to be good ones, Naruto remarked, stroking the back of his neck, knowing that not all of his flirting material was great, given that he makes them up on the fly. Cave Arrow, good to see you man, Roy responded, grateful for all he had done to save them. Nice to see you guys, I brought coffee, Naruto added as he handed out beverages to everyone. Dig pushed Olivver's buttons, saying, quick shot, something we should know about Olivver. Yeah, don't drink them, they're nasty, Olivver simply stated. So, like you? Roy asked, drawing Olivver's gaze. Try them and see, Olivver remarked as Dig, Roy, and Felicity drank a cocktail they quickly regretted. He laughed and said, told you. Who wants a Godspeed? Naruto asked, handing each of them one. Now those are good, you should try them, Olivver replied with a smile. Are you smiling? A startled Naruto inquired. You've had quite the effect on him, man, Dig replied, a little concerned because Olivver rarely smiled. Perhaps it took seeing someone who had lived the life I'm living to make me realize that maybe I've been approaching this wrong, Olivver stated, glancing at Naruto. Yeah, but that doesn't make it any less creepy to see, Felicity remarked, her gaze fixed on him. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how pissed was Captain Jackass with that trick we pulled? Naruto inquired. 10, they all said, as Lance was furious. Laurel still with them? Naruto inquired. Yeah, Felicity said, noticing her phone was at SCPD. Geez, he doesn't give up, does he? How is he still a cop? Naruto questioned. Roy said, no idea. Naruto soon received a call and was briefed on the situation. Okay, apparently we now have a shapeshifter to deal with, he stated as Barry briefed him on the situation as he attempted to stop a heist. Would you like to come back up? Olivver inquired. No, this guy is a shapeshifter, and we don't want you to be seen committing crimes, Naruto explained as he helped Olivver out of a bind. True, but let me know if I can help. Observation skills, remember. Olivver replied, since he enjoyed repaying favors, good or bad. Naruto, if it's alright, I'd like to stay here for a while. I have some things I need to re-establish, Chien remarked, noting that Starling was almost as terrible as Gotham in terms of criminal operations. I'll be back later, Naruto continued, and you all have my number. Do we? Roy said as all of their phones buzzed and contact information was texted to them. Alright, go, but kick this guy's ass for me, Olivver remarked as he patted him on the back. As he rushed away to Central City, Naruto grinned. A few moments later, who'd this guy get? Naruto wondered, as the shapeshifter appeared to have absorbed a large number of people if their predictions were true. As they scuffled in the street, Barry muttered, just Eddie. My guess is that this guy's motif is framing people, Naruto remarked, noting that there wasn't much else a shapeshifting person could do than frame others for crimes they committed. I mean, what else besides identity theft? he said, noting that all he needed to do was access public data and go to locations like hospitals. You've got a point there, Barry commented as they all began looking for incidents of identity theft. Yeah, we need to look for cases where they pled innocent despite evidence showing them doing the crime, Naruto replied, a little disappointed that they couldn't put this guy on trial because only he and the team's superpowered heroes were known. Okay, but we need a game plan. I saw him touch a teenage girl and then change into her. I think all he needs to do is touch someone and then change into that person, Barry commented as he observed what had occurred. Okay, we need to beat him, but we can't touch him. Naruto asked, as they had no idea what this shapeshifter was. Yeah, this is going to be rough. We can't touch it because it could become us and threaten to expose us, Hartley stated given the circumstances. Shauna stated as she teleported in a moment earlier, so no one that's known. You can't touch me without getting frostbite, Caitlin said, making her hands frigid. Barry, did you see anything we can use? Naruto inquired. Yeah. He's left-handed. I think I only got a glimpse, guys, Barry replied, noticing little things. Better than nothing, buddy, Naruto replied, noting that, while small, it was useful because there were more right-handed individuals than left-handed people. Yeah, but do you think you guys can whip up something that stops the changing for good? Barry inquired of Naruto and Caitlin. Perhaps, Caitlin muttered as she shot in the dark, not knowing how his cells worked. We'd need to see how he's able to change his form to figure out how to stop it, Naruto explained, knowing that he and Caitlin were skilled, but this was serious business. Until then, keep your hands off the meta. We don't know if he can not only take your shape, but also your powers, Harrison cautioned, wondering if the shapeshifter might match another's physique or replicate their cells. So Team No Powers and All Skill takes this one, Hartley inquired, knowing that he, Cupid, Thea, and Nissa were the best equipped due to their long-range fighters. That appears to be the wisest play, Harrison stated, claiming Hannibal was just another thug without any other skills. Dr. Wells is correct. We must keep our distance, at least until we know exactly what this every man is capable of, Naruto stated, naming the shapeshifter. Every man, really? Barry inquired. I think I'm having a dry spell, Naruto admitted, feeling he could perform better. Actually, I kinda like it, Caitlin responded, noting that it was superior than anything else. Run a search. Look for someone who's been missing since the accelerator explosion. See if we can come up with a name for our everyman, Naruto said as the footage search yielded 0 results. Wait, run facial recognition for people in jail seen on the outside, he remarked, garnering glances from the inmates. Why? Harrison wondered. Guy might be dumb enough to use a face he framed that's in jail. Naruto is that might help release the people in jail. Genius, look for the first victim, Harrison responded, impressed by Naruto's concept because it would hasten the release. Damn, Hartley said, gazing at the list of those caught since the explosion. Facial recognition has spotted them all after they were arrested, he added, adding that he obtained a few flash drives because he required a lot of them. And our first victim was Jacob Fisher, Caitlin explained. A teller at the Federal Credit Union claims he was framed by his best friend, Hannibal Bates. Hundreds of cases. Bet the poor guy doesn't even remember what his own face looks like, Shauna opined, implying that because this guy was constantly changing his face, he'd probably forgotten what his own looked like. Power always comes at a cost, Harrison observed, as if from experience. Naruto and Barry both had a look at it. It's true, power does come at a cost. Sometimes that cost is too high, which is why those who gain power should look back to their friends, to save themselves. Naruto explained that power was a heavy load, and having people to help lessen the strain typically helped a lot. Harrison gave a slight smile when he heard that. Later. Are you ready? Naruto asked Terani, who had learned to manage her powers and was now being trained to wield them. Ready as ready can be handsome, Terani murmured as she concentrated on a candle in front of her, and the candle was quickly lighted. I guess you do have pyrokinesis, Naruto speculated, based on her ability to start herself on fire and her ability to put things on fire simply by looking at them. Now what? You want me to hold the flame or something? Terani inquired, knowing that she was entirely fireproof and could even play with fire. I think that's enough, and can you stop staring at me like that? Naruto requested, a tiny chuckle in his voice as he noticed her staring at him. Why? All the girls around here can do it, so why can't I? Terani chuckled. Naruto rolled his eyes and shook his head as he answered the phone. Hello, he murmured over the phone. Hey, I've been doing some digging. Eiling is missing, Betty stated over the phone, as she liked to be up to date on the overall situation. I hope he's in hell, Naruto replied, not caring what happened to the man. Same, but his troops have been recalled back to active duty, Betty remarked, referring to Eiling's personal squad of a couple dozen soldiers stationed in the city at his disposal. And what does that mean? Naruto inquired. That I'm coming back. Betty replied with a smile as she paid short visits every now and then but couldn't remain long owing to Eiling and his troops not wanting to test the waters as Eiling was fast to break his word. That's fantastic, exclaimed Naruto. I can't wait to get home, Betty replied with a smirk that Naruto couldn't see since she had plans. Can't wait to see you for more than a few hours, Naruto remarked with a smile, knowing Betty was hesitant to stay here. Naruto then hung up, as did Betty, and as he did so, he received a phone call. Hello? He inquired suspiciously. Hey, you busy? Will inquired on the phone. I'm training with Tyranny, what's wrong? Naruto inquired, concerned about how she sounded. I'm being followed, Will murmured into her phone. By who? Do I need to get the others, and are you okay? Naruto inquired, concerned. Okay, Naruto, breathe, Will said. I have no idea, but I'm being stalked by lightning, and it's something fierce. Did you say lightning, son of a lightning man? In Iris blog there was talk of a lighting man, Naruto said, recalling the blog post where he saw a guy formed in lightning and thinking it was a load of nonsense. It's stalking me and my mother, Naruto, and I'm scared, Will replied shakily, more concerned about her mother than herself. Tell me where you are, Naruto replied as he opened up a picture of the lightning man. Holy shit, he exclaimed as the image was frightening. Nightmare fuel much? Tyranny muttered as she adjusted her spectacles. He looks familiar, she continued as she examined its face closely. Familiar how? Good familiar, or bad familiar? Naruto inquired. Bad way bad, Tyranny remarked, pulling up Will's social network account and scrolling through her photos. Oh shit, Naruto exclaimed as he improved the resolution of the lightning man and combined the two images with a photograph of Will's father. No way, how? Tyranny inquired, her eyes wide. Will, are you still there? Naruto inquired over the phone. Yeah, what's up? Will inquired. It's your father, Naruto remarked as he heard static across the phone line. Will just stated, I'm going to kill him. Whoa, check it out. Found a police report of a man being electrocuted to death at a power plant, and get this, when the particle accelerator exploded, Tyranny stated as she looked through various examples. That was your father, he must have absorbed the electricity as the dark matter entered his body, turning him into living electricity, Naruto explained, referring to her father's history of espionage and industrial espionage. Any ideas how to take him down, Naruto? He's in the power lines getting closer, Will replied, avoiding revealing herself. We could ground him, he's basically become living electricity. What happens when a lightning bolt hits the ground? Naruto explained to Will as he was discussing the science of electricity. It hits the ground and loses its charge, Will explained, sharing her father's weakness. You need to ground him, make him use up his electricity. You need to get him wet, short him out, Naruto stated, hoping that the water thing worked because it was a 50-50 chance that that weakness could be overcome. He's getting close, you guys need to get here now, Will exclaimed as she had to duck into an alley due to the crowds. With willingness, people looked up to see something coming out of the electrical lines and shooting all over the place before taking on a humanoid figure. Tony Vandam called out to Will, "Where are you, baby girl? I can sense you." "Fuck," Will said beneath her breath. "Hey Zappy," Naruto said as he appeared in his Godspeed outfit. "Oh Godspeed, I've been dying to meet you for a little recharge," Tony Shot Lightning exclaimed. "Gotta catch me first, and if you can, you have to worry about them, Electro," Naruto remarked to him, smirking beneath his mask. "Nah, you're no Electro, maybe Sparky," he continued, seeing the man become irritated. "Them?" Tony asked, perplexed, until he was hit by a fireball and a positive charge of lightning. Will's lightning genuinely hurt. Naruto speculated, they might have different charges, implying that it worked both ways. "Ah, there you are, sweetie," Tony replied, turning to face Will, who was standing next to Tyranny. "Just her? You couldn't have gotten your whole team?" Will inquired before turning to Tony. "And I'm not your sweetie, not after what you did," she exclaimed, blasting him once more. Tony stated as he walked over to a nearby electrical equipment, "I got what I wanted." Why does that worry me? Will asked, her face flushed with fear. You don't think he was after you or your mom, do you? Tyranny inquired, perplexed as to why he was following her. Perhaps, Naruto answered, wondering whether something else was at work. You don't think he's after my electricity, do you? Do you think he's looking to drain me like a vampire? Will wondered if it was like Blackout because Cisco mentioned she and him were similar, only she wasn't always craving power. I don't think so. If he was, why didn't he just do it here? He's up to something, Naruto remarked, referring to her father as a selfish asshole douchebag. After a few hours, I swear. What am I, a delivery boy? Naruto exclaimed as Felicity summoned him since a metahuman had appeared and he was now running to Starling. Felicity yelped as Naruto entered the club. Did I just yelp? She wondered, unsure if she had. Don't worry, women have that reaction with me all the time, Naruto teased her. Smooth, Roy applauded. What's up, you look like you've been all over the place, he observed Naruto panting. Well, we're dealing with a shapeshifter back home. Will called and her dead douchebag dad isn't really dead, he just became living electricity, and now this. Naruto said as he took a bottle from the shelf and poured a little bit of new rocket fuel that gave him a decent buzz for a while. Should I not have called? Felicity said, as he appeared to be overwhelmed. Well, he can't do anything with Lance breathing down his neck, Roy can't handle it on his own, and then there's Ray, Naruto explained as he sipped his drink. Dig commented on Naruto's state, man, you look exhausted. Trust me, I exhaust people, mostly women, Naruto replied, eliciting a laugh from Roy. Dig has a point, you've been running all over the place, you're spreading yourself thin, Olivver observed, noticing Naruto sweating slightly. Nah man, I'm fine. How's Captain Douchebag? Naruto inquired. Not great, Laurel exclaimed angrily as she arrived. What's he doing this time? Naruto inquired, letting out a grunt. You know man, my lawyers would have a field day with him for the crap he's doing to you. Oh and hey, where's Chien? He said as she emerged, armed with knives and 2 guns wrapped around her waist. Right here, Chien responded with a wink. She's still terrifying, Dig replied, a little afraid of her record because he had met the Bratva and she was like the Chinese equivalent of that.
Terrifyingly hot, Naruto said, drawing attention from Team Arrow.
Felicity murmured quietly, please don't be another Huntress incident. I looked her up, she's hot, though maybe a little much for me, Naruto replied as Olivver rummaged through his files. Dig stated, she was a little much for everyone. You said it's not going well with the captain. What did he do in the Arrow Cave? Naruto inquired. No, but knowing him, he wishes he could. Dig answered as he had been monitoring police frequencies and tapped into Quentin's phone and saw him try to call a judge, but they couldn't give him a warrant due to all the evidence against Olivver being in question. He can act like that and still stay on the force. Wow, this city is really messed up. Why haven't they made him leave, with that kinda attitude? Naruto wondered, perplexed as to how someone like this captain could act like this to Olivver and still be a police captain. You work as a CSI, you know cop rules, how many would you say he's breaking? Roy inquired, knowing that he frequently disobeyed the law. A lot. If he was in Central City, they'd probably make him leave until he got his head out of his ass, Naruto explained. We need to move, Roy replied, as if, despite being in sync with the criminal element, Central City was sounding better by the minute. Did Thea ever tell you about how he'd treat her? Dig inquired.
Yes, and it takes every ounce of willpower I have not to just walk up to him and punch him right in the face, Naruto stated solemnly.
Okay, our crazy lives aside, we have a metahuman to take care of, remember? Olivver stated as Felicity informed him that Naruto was on his way and filled him in on the circumstances. Might skip town, Naruto said, holding up a newspaper that read, Tommy Merlyn escaped. He said as he handed Olivver a small case, keep that refrigerated, more cells I was able to make from Black's makeup, introducing it to blood or skin cells and you can make a duplicate. He said as Olivver had more people who knew his identity than him. Wouldn't it be cool to make a clone of you and have you two in the same room, just to fuck with my dad? Laurel joked. Well, this'll solve future problems, Olivver replied to Naruto as he raked the case. Thanks, this'll really save me, he added, since his identity was being revealed far too frequently. Wait, are you seriously going to do that? Laurel asked, concerned that they would make her father more paranoid. So what's the plan? I scour the city for this guy. I don't even know what he looks like, Naruto asked as Felicity opened up a photo on her iPad. Kinda hard to see a face because of the laser eyes, he continued as the laser beam the guy was creating was quite brilliant. I know, that's why I was going to Ray and letting him do his thing, with the pictures, Felicity answered, blushing slightly. Then let's go, superhero team up, baby, Naruto exclaimed, laughing. Stop saying team up, Olivver replied, finding it infantile. Whatever, let's get a name so I know who I'm punching, Naruto said, rushing through the day. A few moments later, at Palmer Tech. Hey Felicity, look at this, I finally got the neural link up, and now look at this, I can make the glove wave with my brain, Ray stated as he worked on a wireless connection with his suit. Naruto was truly impressed when he said, cool. Ray noticed Naruto, Olivver, and the others and said, oh, you brought guests. I've got a picture for you to look at, a picture of a metahuman I need you to look at, Felicity added, wondering whether what she said earlier was wrong. Ray commented on the image, metahuman with laser eyes, cool. If it wasn't used to kill people, he continued, seeing how they were staring at him. We can't see because of the radiation. We need to remove the radiation, Naruto stated, recalling the incident with Metamorpho.
I'd just have to interlace the resonant scan's frequency with our news footage, and we should get something, Ray stated as he eliminated the glare from the I-beam exposing the meta's face.
Perhaps there is a metal or radiation to cancel it out, Naruto said to Ray. Ray, who had seen some radiation scans, remarked, no, that much radiation would irradiate an entire area. What about lead has the best chance to hold something radiation, maybe lead goggles? How about getting a name like we've been trying to do the whole time? Olivver said as they approached Ray in search of a name for the metahuman. Ray simply gave Olivver a glance, as the two were not on good terms. Enough of this pissing contest right way wrong way BS, we have lives to save, put your BS aside, Naruto shouted as their manhood screamed. Olivver's right, we've been staring at a picture while you two were geeking out, Dig stated as they waited for them to recognize the meta. Run facial recognition, Olivver remarked, using Ray's PC. Jake Simmons, he's already in the system. Serial bank robber, which explains Starling National. Last known address, Central City, Naruto remarked as he dialed Metropolitan. Where is he now? Roy wondered, astounded by Ray's high-tech setup. He was last seen on a traffic camera at the corner of Gatner and Yount. There's a processing plant there. He went in but never came out, Felicity explained after reviewing the traffic camera footage. On it, Olivver responded, grabbing a duffel bag containing his supplies and a parachute. Roy stated unequivocally, I'm coming. Ray said as he gathered his belongings, wait up. After a few seconds, that never ceases to be cool, Ray commented as Naruto led them all to a processing plant. Felicity said he went and never returned, Roy explained.
He's feeding, Naruto murmured, drawing their attention to him.
Ray inquired, you're saying he absorbs energy and converts it into weaponized plasma? I swear we have enough radiation metas, Naruto remarked, counting Firestorm as 2. Let's go in and say hello to Deathbolt, Olivver said, drawing their attention to him. What? You never named a villain. You never named a villain, Roy wondered if the stick had finally come out his ass. I can change, now let's go kick this guy's ass as a team, Olivver replied, little startling Ray because Olivver always seemed to be a man full of darkness. What's going on with you? Naruto inquired. What can I say, you're a good influence, Olivver replied as he walked up the steps to the plant, while Naruto smiled and laughed. They all crept inside, seeing Jake take in the radiation. What part of stealthy implies to a suit with lights on it? Roy asked Ray, as he wasn't exactly being stealthy with the costume. Hey guys, if he absorbs energy, what does that mean for my light beams? Ray inquired, noting that the dwarf star was energy-based. What if we overfeed him? Naruto wondered, as there was a limit. He might kill him, Ray speculated. He doesn't know we're here, so let's sneak up on him quietly, Olivver stated primarily to Ray, since he was certain the others were already aware. Naruto grinned, needing to punch something after a long day. Okay, let's get his attention. Godspeed, would you like the honors? Olivver inquired of Naruto. Under his mask, Naruto grinned evilly as he began fucking with the facilities, making Jake anxious. Who's there? Show yourself, Jake said as he made a light with his powers. Boo, Olivver muttered as he emerged from the shadows, tossing one of his miniature arrows to his left shoulder. I know who you are, Hood, no wonder you were so messed up with someone like Merlyn when you were a kid, Jake replied, mistaking Olivver for Tommy. Says the guy with the laser eyes and glow hands, Olivver exclaimed, causing the others to giggle. Godspeed? You know him? Jake inquired, noticing Naruto leaning against a wall and waving to him. He's a friend, Olivver remarked. I thought you stayed in Central City, Jake explained. You're a meta, so you're a me problem, Naruto remarked, cracking his knuckles. Jake aimed and fired at him as he sped away to another location. You're going to have to be faster than that, buddy, Naruto replied as Jake's beams approached him slowly. 1 hour later. Damn man. What the fuck do you do when you're stressed? Roy inquired, noting the man's state, which included 2 black eyes and 2 broken wrists. That's usually what the bedroom is for, Naruto explained, as it was how he relieved stress. Well, if you're going to get rid of stress, you might as well do it in a fun way, Olivver stated, drawing their attention to him. What? He said, seeing Ray's expression. You made a joke. You never make jokes, Ray stated, referring to Olivver's inability to make jokes during their time together. You must be really influencing him, Roy replied, looking at Naruto. Thank you, he murmured, hugging Naruto. Well, if you're taking my advice, I recommend you stop messing around and get with a certain blonde we know, Naruto remarked quietly to Olivver, knowing that Felicity was still in love with him. I might try that, Olivver suggested. Well, I'll take deathbolt here, to the pipeline, and then back to our shapeshifter, Naruto replied before being alerted. Gideon, what's going on? You got an AI in that thing. Sweet. Ray exclaimed as Naruto performed exactly what he promised the previous time he was in Central City.
Gideon informed him, it's Officer Thon, he's been arrested.
I swear, Naruto remarked as shit got stupid. Listen, can you tell Chien to take the train? I'm tired as hell, he added, unable to carry Jake and Chien back to Central City. Yeah, what's up? Olivver inquired, intrigued. A friend of mine has just been arrested, Naruto explained, despite the fact that Eddie beat him. Geez, you're in for a rough day, Roy stated as he looked at Olivver. Maybe your life isn't as messed up as I thought. Starting to see the same thing, Olivver remarked, certain Naruto was having a worse day than he was. Well, I'm gone, Naruto muttered, grabbing Jake and speeding away. That never stops being cool, Roy commented after witnessing the white lightning.
I just hope he doesn't overdo it. Kid needs some rest, Olivver added as Roy gave him a frown and Dig and Felicity were giggling over the lines. What? He inquired.
You're the same way, dude, Dig commented after witnessing Olivver still fighting someone while high on narcotics. True, but even I have limits, Olivver answered, drawing a puzzled glance from Roar. Bullshit, Felicity exclaimed, recalling how he was poisoned and hallucinating but still fought. Alright, now can we go? I have some things to talk about with Felicity, Olivver stated as he walked away. Dig? Roy asked, using a secret comm he and Dig had because Dig was sometimes in the field with them. Is Olivver actually becoming a decent human being? Roy knew Olivver was a jerk and messed up a lot because Olivver once shot him with an arrow. From what I've seen with Naruto, he has a way of influencing people, changing them, Dig remarked, noting that he had the least interaction with Naruto but had a solid idea of the type of guy he was. Along with Naruto, I swear, Naruto stated after a long day, we need to be careful, especially you Barry, he saw you with Eddie, he warned, implying that Hannibal would attack Barry. Okay, and damn, when was the last time you got any sleep? Have you been up all night? Barry asked Naruto, who appeared tired. I'm tired of running back and forth between cities, Naruto explained. Do you want us to handle this? You look ready to drop, Cisco inquired, concerned for Naruto. I say bring it on, Naruto said, little wobbly. Honey, stop. You need to rest, Caitlin pleaded as her eyes turned blue, indicating Frost's influence. I'll keep you in bed myself if I have to. You'd be joining in with me, then, Naruto remarked, challenging Frost's challenge. Frost stated forcefully, either you get some sleep or I put you in that bed and freeze it. Barry, Cisco, and Harrison backed up since they knew this was going to turn ugly because Naruto and Frost or Caitlin were not persons to challenge or get in the way of when they challenged one another. She's not the only one you should be concerned about. Baby, you've been up all day. You need to sleep. If we need you, we'll call, Shauna stated as she prepared to teleport him. Fine, Naruto replied as he walked away, a little annoyed. Should we be concerned that he has flaming footsteps? Cisco questioned, his gaze fixed on the scorching floor. Does anyone find it strange that he gets elements similar to the girls? Barry inquired as he received elemental powers surrounding the girls. With him, I kind of feel like one day he'll have all the powers of everyone in this room and then some, Cisco stated, knowing Naruto had potential. Well, he appears to be regaining the abilities he had in his world, so Cisco may not be too far off, Harrison said as he tried to predict Naruto's future, but Naruto's live-in-the-moment attitude made his life unpredictable to the timeline, and his influence with the timeline and Barry's time travel situation a while ago made it even more so. Let's focus on our everyman while he gets some rest. He needs it, Thea stated, adding that Naruto deserved some rest because he worked in the lab doing hero work. The following day, Naruto exclaimed, "Fuck, it's noon." "You really needed that nap," Shauna replied, knowing she was the only one who could catch him. "I need breakfast," Naruto replied as he removed his covers. "Yeah, I'll say. When was the last time you ate yesterday?" Shauna inquired, intrigued and concerned about him. "I'm about to right now," Naruto responded, standing up and kissing her neck with a smirk. "Baby, stop. You haven't eaten anything since yesterday, and you need food," Shauna moaned. "I can eat you," Naruto continued, licking her neck. "Are you okay?" Shauna said, worrying about what Naruto would do next time he faced Tony. "Yeah, that guy is a jerk, and I'll beat him to within an inch of his life, but he's still Will's father," Naruto replied, noting that the man was still her father. "He's now living electricity. You can't just punch a lightning bolt," Shauna explained. "No, I can't punch him, but I might be able to overfeed him," Naruto said as an option. "Which could kill him," Shauna added, referring to what normally happens when you overfeed energy-absorbing humans. "Shit. Why can't they be stunned?" Naruto exclaimed, exhausted from absorbing metas. "I'm not sure. Now get back in bed. I'll bring you some breakfast," Shauna answered, knowing how to cook the essentials. "Fuck. I have to pick up Betty," Naruto said. "You're not going anywhere until you get some food in you, or you'll faint," Shauna warned as Caitlin examined his glucose levels, which were low. "But the only but in this conversation is yours on that bed, sit," Shauna conceded. "I must be really tired," Naruto replied, unable to muster any resistance. "That's what happens when you try to be Olivver Queen," Shauna teased. "That's not funny, I'm way better than Olivver," Naruto stated solemnly. "If you keep talking back, you won't get any pancakes," Shauna warned him as she sprinkled something on the pancakes that was supposed to add a lot of calories to regular meals. "At least I have you to keep me company, buddy," Naruto remarked as Kurama caressed his side and petted the fox. Kurama was resting on Naruto's stomach when he noticed an orange cat with red eyes at the window that seemed to vanish in red energy instantly. "Hey, what's wrong, boy?" Naruto said of the fox as Kurama began to snarl. Along with Kushina collapsed to the floor in exhaustion as she began to bleed from her nose due to a strong surge of black magic, which she recognized as chaos magic. "Airport. I swear," Betty said as she passed through airport security. "I'm so glad my powers can't be detected," she said as she was glad she still had some of her papers from when she was still in service so she could breeze through most of the security and check up. "Glad they didn't spot my gear," she said as she touched her necklace and smiled as it was made from some of her shrapnel and had nanites in it that would make her suit. "Hey Betty," Cisco said into the phone. "I swear I keep forgetting I have this thing on," Betty thought, as she was used to wearing an earpiece. "Listen, we don't have much time. There's a shapeshifter at the airport, and Barry is on his way," Cisco stated plainly. "I feel like I should be concerned that this is the new normal," Betty said, noticing she wasn't particularly bothered by it. "Barry just arrived. Do you see anyone running?" Cisco inquired, as each member of the squad on the field attracted attention. Betty shifted her gaze away from Barry and scanned the surroundings, seeing only one person flee. "There he is," she thought, tapping her necklace as Nanintes spread across her body, making her dark purple complete bodysuit and mask. "Cisco, do you mind destroying the footage?" she said, as airports had cameras at every corner. "Done," Cisco remarked as he replaced some Betty footage with footage from days before. Betty pursued and tackled the man, scaring several people. "Lights out," she yelled, aiming her hand at his face, causing a little explosion with a lot of concussive force. Everyone in the airport gazed at the woman in purple, but they all witnessed the man she was tackling transform into different persons. Along with Linda, another hero has appeared on the scene, and her name is Plastique. This booming hero apparently stopped a man who can shapeshift. Can you imagine a man who can copy a person's face? Due to recent evidence, we have learned that this shapeshifter has committed robberies using people's faces, and a little over 100 of cases are now being investigated. Our local heroes have appeared to have added 2 new heroes besides Plastique, and their names are Dr. Light and... Recently we've had heroes pop into our lives and we're witnessing things that are impossible, but we're not asking the real questions on our minds like, how they can do what they can do, and are there more like them? We just bared witness to a shapeshifter, a man that's been linked to multiple crimes of identity theft. What about others who abuse their amazing gifts? Are there more like THS shapeshifter using their amazing gifts? Are there more like THS shapeshifter using... Oh fuck Iris, Linda thought, as this was going to be a big pain because Iris had just opened Pandora's box of problems by making people question about what she had said in her piece. Later at the CCPD, is he okay? Barry inquired as Naruto gazed at the mummified body of the genuine Harrison Wells. Dude, you forget Naruto has known Wells or Thon since he was a kid, Cisco stated, noting that this body had been dead for about 15 years, implying that Naruto knew the deceased Wells for 10 years before he was replaced. What do we do now? Barry wondered, wanting to kill the man but knowing his father would still be imprisoned. Nothing, Naruto answered neutrally. We need to bide our time because he's been waiting for this for 15 years. I've been having dreams, Cisco said to them, mostly when I sleep, but sometimes when I'm awake. Remember when we went back in time? Caitlin called and said something happened to Cisco, Naruto said to Barry, who nodded. I was checking on the capacitors for the trap with Caitlin when Wells showed up and explained everything to us, and he stabbed me and tried to do the same to Caitlin, stabbing her side, but Frost came out freezing everything around us, freezing him, making him crumble, Cisco stated, horrified. I think I finally got a picture. Wells, I mean Eobard, comes back as one of your enemies in the future, tries to kill you, future you gets you out, so he tries another way to kill the Flash, trauma. Then when he finds out his connection to the negative speed force was gone and thus his way home was gone, he had to recreate the Flash. He's been trying to get you faster so he can try and go home. That must have been why he transformed himself into Wells, to make the accelerator, to make the Flash, Barry explained as everything fell into place. So, what's the plan? We try to find his lair, Caitlin said, knowing that she and Frost needed to finish what she had started with him in the previous timeline. Cisco, look for any anomalies in the accelerator. Places he can hide something, Naruto remarked to his pal. I'm also going to do some brain scans on you later. These powers seem mental, he added, implying that Cisco was a metahuman. What? You think I'm a meta? Cisco inquired, his voice slightly tight. Yep, and Cisco, I want you to know something. Your powers don't make you special. The good you do with them reflects on how good a person you are, Naruto stated, noticing Cisco's fear of his powers. Thanks, Vibe is born baby, childhood hero name, so using it, Cisco exclaimed, recalling a conversation he had with Wells and Caitlin not long ago.
Naruto was well aware that Cisco's abilities were universal in the literal sense, since they were made up of an energy that existed between universes, granting Cisco complete and utter access to all of them if he perfected his abilities.
After a few days, here, Cisco replied, pulling up a room that wasn't on the drawings. Naruto and Barry sped them there, approached a wall, grabbed Caitlin, and phased them in, seeing the reverse Flash costume in a high-tech case. That's how it appears. It's difficult to see it with that whole body vibrating thing. That was annoying, Cisco replied, attempting to lighten the tension. Caitlin said as a hologram of a newspaper appeared, guys. In a fight between the Flash and the reverse Flash, both of them seemed to vanish, Cisco explained after reading a certain paragraph. Oh, there's something about me. Caitlin Snow Namikaze, Caitlin remarked, looking at Naruto, has developed new treatable ways to help cure frostbite in more extreme cases, she said, impressed. Hey, I'm mentioned. Naruto Namikaze and Cisco Ramon, find a new way in the world of prosthetics and machinery. Dude, this is like that Jax guy in Mortal Kombat type prosthetics. Nice. Cisco said, impressed by what they could accomplish. Namikaze wedding month anniversary. Barry wondered as he read another story. It still amazes society of the literally dozens of women Naruto Namikaze has married, including yours truly, Linda Namikaze, he added as he read the article. Guys, check the byline, Naruto said, Iris West Allen. He asked Caitlin, why'd you and her hyphenate? I have no idea, but I'm not doing it now, Caitlin responded, as the paper now said Caitlin Namikaze, better, she said cheerfully. Wow, and Mazel Tov, dude, Cisco replied to Barry, feeling that some congrats were in order because he didn't think Barry had a chance to obtain Iris. Gideon responded, Hebrew, the ancient language of the Jewish people. Gideon, wow, holographic display, Naruto exclaimed, impressed. Actually, I am an improved version of the Gideon you have now, Gideon explained. Wait, do you still take my orders? Yes, I take commands from you over anyone else, as per your programming, Gideon explained, but you have given level 2 access to all your lovers. Why do we get level 2? Caitlin inquired, perplexed. Hannibal Bates for one reason, Naruto explained, possibly to keep shapeshifters in the like at bay. I also probably programmed her to ask questions we should know, he added, as he needed to be certain. What questions do you need answered? Gideon inquired. Why did Thon come back here? Was it to kill the Flash? Me? Barry wondered. Gideon merely stated, yes. Why? Barry inquired, eager for more information. Because he despises you, because he can't be you, Gideon explained. He became obsessed, and when he realized he couldn't be you, he became the polar opposite, or in this case, the inverse, Naruto explained. Yes, Eobard tried desperately to be you, but you rejected him, and that jealousy turned into anger, and that anger turned into obsession, Gideon explained. Did Eobard actually care about me? Was all that time we spent together just an act? Naruto thought, as he had done a lot with Eobard and wondered if he was being used. No, he genuinely loved you and soon saw you as family because you accepted him while posing as Harrison Wells. He has often spoken highly of you, sounding like a proud parent. So does that mean he's redeemable? Naruto inquired, drawing blank stares from the others. I am connected to the future. Whatever changes occur, I am aware of, and recently I have been receiving some small figments of the Reverse Flash joining forces with you, Gideon explained. I don't care, and neither should you, Barry shouted angrily to Naruto. Don't forget he killed Cisco and stabbed Frost in the previous timeline. That's 3 people who could have died. Dude, he's been in the dark for so long, that's all he knows, Naruto explained, but we can help him. He put my dad in prison for my mother's murder, Barry raged. Hey, I've been wondering why he needed that Tachyon device, Cisco inquired as he noticed it on the suit. Both positive and negative speed forces can use tachyons to increase a speedster's speed. It is the safest enhancement with no drawbacks, Gideon told them. Gideon, can you make a way for us to go faster? Barry pleaded, getting slapped in the back of the head by Naruto. We can't always rely on an easy fix, Barry, what if it broke and we were up against something faster? Naruto replied, not like in clutches but using them when necessary. Well, how else do we go faster? I have a feeling Eobard is just the beginning. There's going to be more speedsters out there like this Zoom guy other me mentioned. How are we supposed to match them at our current level? He said he could go 6,000 miles per hour for crying out loud. Barry exclaimed as he had only reached 900 miles per hour while Naruto had reached 1,400 miles per hour. We train instead of moping all day, Naruto told him. And if that isn't enough, our bodies may not be able to handle it anymore, so what then? How can we let them go faster if they've reached a limit? Barry inquired. Then we break that limit, Barry. I refuse to rely on objects to get faster, there has to be a better way than some cheat, Naruto responded firmly to him. Then how do you think you can go from 1,400 to 6,000 like that? Barry questioned, snapping his fingers. We have time, it's almost a year, the other you said around 2 years, we have time to train, Naruto told him. 2 years, what if he meant 2 at that point? Barry wondered, for all we know, it could be 9 months from all of this. He said when he started I know how to be specific Barry, Naruto said, referring to his ability to ask specific inquiries. Fine, but when Zoom or whoever comes after Thon, don't come crying to me when he kicks our asses, Barry told him. I think you mean your ass because, let's be honest, Barry, all you do is sulk, show off, stalk Iris, and just watch Netflix and chill. You come to me for training twice a week, what are you really doing? Naruto stated as the pace difference between them grew wider. So it's my fault for trying to live a life outside of this lab? Barry demanded fiercely. Having a life, that's what you call it? Naruto inquired. I have a life, I have my shit in order, do you? Says the man who murdered his best friend, Barry replied as the temperature in the room dropped significantly, which Frost could feel. Yeah, I killed him and Roz, Naruto simply stated. So what? You're saying I should just ignore Iris, ignore everything, and devote every single second of my life to training to reach your damn level? Oh please, Barry, you haven't formed any real bonds and you push people away. You've kept this secret from the team, Naruto stated, excluding Harrison, Thon. Because I was keeping a promise to Joe, Barry exclaimed angrily. Yeah, and look what happened, he lied to you about the man in yellow because he threatened Iris, Cisco, and Caitlyn would have both died, and the girl who isn't your girlfriend is painting a target on us, Naruto added, knowing that some people would be checking into what Iris wrote. Shut up. Barry pushed him. Then tell me I'm wrong, tell me everything I said is false, and go ahead, Naruto pushed him back. Shut up. Barry said as they thought they witnessed a flash of crimson lightning. Naruto stared him in the eyes again, calmly asking, tell me I'm wrong? As he couldn't fight Naruto's claims, Barry sighed and dropped to his knees. Why? Why can't I do anything right? He lamented. I try and try, but nothing comes of it, he remarked. Naruto sighs as he approaches Barry and kneels at his level. It does you're a hero my friend, you and me look at danger and charge head on, but you need to have faith in not only yourself but your team, don't keep us at arm's length, he hugged Barry. Then why do I keep getting it wrong? You chewed me out because of the tidal wave, you chewed me out for everything. Why can't I make you proud for once, you're my hero man? Barry exclaimed, surprising the others. I really am a dick sometimes, Naruto thought to himself. You do every time you suit up, every time you save a life, every time you help, just being yourself I feel proud, Naruto replied as they embraced it. Then why do I feel like I'm not living up to my full potential? Like you, I feel like I'm not even at 100%, Barry explained, referring to his inability to feel complete. Because you're trapped in that place because your mother died, you need to let go, Barry. The pain lets you know that your heart works, but if you keep thinking about it, you're allowing the pain to eat away at you. Okay, I'll train every day, I'll eat healthier. Just help me go faster, help me be a better man as the Flash and as Barry Allen, Barry pleaded, eager to put the past behind him. You already are, Naruto responded, noting that letting go was the most difficult thing to do. Okay, hey brother Lovefest, Wells just showed up, so I'd wrap it up, Cisco stated as he tagged the wheelchair with a tracer. Any more questions? Caitlyn inquired, knowing that this was their last chance to interview Gideon. Nope, let's go, Naruto remarked as they hurriedly fled. CCPD, okay, can we go over this one more time? Cisco inquired. Put these glasses on, fall asleep, and start dreaming, Caitlyn explained simply. We need to see how Wells confessed to you in order to recreate that reaction from him, Barry explained. Just lay back on the bed, and we'll put the glasses on, they're emitting low-level delta waves that should help you fall asleep, Naruto remarked before putting it on him. I've got to warn you, it usually takes me a while, Cisco stated before dropping his head. Joe chuckled, oh, so that's how you get him to shut up. I heard that. Cisco remarked as a small pulse fired from his hand, causing the others to freeze and stare at the wall. What did I just do? He wondered, wondering whether he was the source of what he had just heard. Naruto told him, you blasted a hole through the wall. Really? Man, I wish I could have seen it, Cisco said, as it sounded amazing. Okay, what's going on? What are you seeing? Caitlyn inquired. We've fallen into the trap we set for the reverse flash, Cisco explained. Why? Barry inquired. I thought Wells may have tampered with it, Cisco remarked clearly. Oh man, I love this shirt. I thought the dryer ate it, he laughed. Focus man, Naruto urged, needing him to concentrate on this messed up trip he was on. Alright, now we're running tests on the containment system. This data, it makes no sense. All the supercapacitors, they were all still fully charged. There's absolutely no reason that the man in yellow should have gotten out, Cisco explained. He's getting too sucked into it, Naruto observed, noting that this was essentially dream rules. Cisco, you need to focus, remember this is a dream, this never happened to you, he continued, attempting to make Cisco recall. It was a hologram. He tricked us using a hologram inside the cage, Cisco said as he viewed the hologram. Wells just showed up. We're pulling the plug now, Naruto stated when Cisco became too involved. Nora Allen, he didn't want to kill Nora Allen. He wanted to kill Barry, he's confessing, Cisco exclaimed as he began to hyperventilate. He backhanded Caitlyn against the wall, he's coming at me. Cisco. Naruto exclaimed as he carefully removed his specs, seeing his pal shoot up and hyperventilate. I gotcha, he reassured him. Don't make me do that again, Cisco pleaded, horrified. Never again, I promise, Naruto murmured, not wanting Cisco to go through it again. Suddenly, Barry's phone rings, and he realizes it was Harrison. "Answer it," Naruto said to Barry as he did what he said. "There's a fire at New Brighton, Bradford Tower high-rise," Barry said when Wells informed him of the situation. "I know that building. Singh's fiancé works there," Joe explained. Naruto stated, "Let's go." "Vibes sticking this one out," Cisco stated, not expecting this. Barry, "We're the only ones who can get there in time. Let's go," Naruto stated, noting that Caitlin could move via ice constructions but would not arrive in time, putting the onus on him and Barry. Barry smiled as he responded, "Lead the way, mentor." After a few seconds, "Okay. The fires are intense, you need to spin your arms around to create wind vortexes to safely extinguish the flames," Naruto explained as they approached the building. "Because fires can't burn in a vacuum, got it," Barry said, following orders. "That's it, Flash, keep going," Naruto exclaimed as he spun his arms as well. The fire was quickly quenched. Naruto patted him on the back and said, "Way to go, man. You did it. We did it as a team. Thanks for believing in me. Thanks for restoring my faith in myself," Barry stated, feeling lighter on his shoulders. "Anytime, brother. This is your first step toward becoming faster, and I'm proud of you," Naruto remarked, smiling. "Thank you," Singh murmured, hugging his fiancé and looking them in the eyes. "Does he realize?" Naruto thought to himself as they sped away. After a few hours, "Oops," Harrison exclaimed as Cisco collapsed on his back. "That's not Harrison," Naruto remarked, noticing the man's sarcasm and arrogance. "What?" Cisco asked, perplexed. Everything he said sounded like it was acted, practiced, rehearsed. "Am I right, Bates?" Naruto smirked at Harrison. Harrison hissed as he turned to face them, only to be shot by Joe, and as he lay dying, he changed into Bates' actual form. "Ah, talk about falling off the ugliest tree and hitting every branch," Cisco exclaimed. "Bravo, Naruto. I knew Bates couldn't fool you. After all, you've learned to think like me," Wells stated over the PA system. "He is nothing like you," Barry raged. "You're right, he does see the big picture," Harrison stated to Barry. "Let us help you, Thon. I can help you get back home," Naruto replied, hoping to avoid violence. "Oh, I have no doubt you're smart. You've learned to think ahead like me, and I've trained you well, my friend," Harrison replied proudly. "You used him, just like you used all of us," Barry raged. "No, Bates served a purpose. You knew we were onto you, so you promised him freedom while you prepared your hiding place," Naruto said. "No, you have a hiding place already 15 years and you prepared for everything," he told him. "Oh, you are good," Harrison replied, smiling. "Naruto, you are truly one of a kind," he chuckled. "I'm sure I know what you're going to do next," Naruto remarked. "Then tell me, what's my next move?" Harrison inquired. "Eddie's your ancestor, so if he dies, so do you, so you'd take him and hide him so you'd be safe and have leverage over us," Naruto explained as Harrison began clapping. "Like you pulled it right out of my mind," Harrison continued, "but killing him was never an option, was it?" "No, because even though you've done horrible things, I still want to save you and be your friend," Naruto stated, wanting to save Thon and maintain their friendship. Harrison stated, "Some people can't be saved. I refuse to believe that. In the years I've known you, I've seen a side of you that no one else has ever seen. In a way, you've been like a second father to me. I will save you," Naruto declared emphatically. "You see, Naruto, that is why I wish you were a speedster and my hero, because who knows how many people would have died if you were," Harrison replied to him. "I could be, and I will be. I refuse to give up on you. There is hope inside of you," Naruto responded. "Naruto, I will truly miss you when this is all over, and I hope to meet one of your descendants," Harrison lamented. "Then you'd better tell him great-grandpa said hello." "Thon, don't do this, I know I can," Naruto exclaimed. "Well, that's one point of view," Barry remarked, ready to pummel Thon. "These past 15 years I didn't expect to enjoy working with you all, or to care about you all, but that doesn't change what needs to happen," Harrison told them. "Face me, then let's end this," Barry exclaimed, visibly moved. "Oh, I promise you, we'll meet again soon, very soon," Harrison remarked. Cisco received a phone call. "He's in the time vault," he muttered as Barry dashed over to him. "No, his chair is there. You've been monitoring us, haven't you? That's how you knew to set this up, right?" Naruto inquired. "I swear Batman has nothing on you, Naruto," Harrison exclaimed, clapping his fists. See you soon, he shouted as he disconnected from their systems and drove away. Eddie, Naruto murmured as he dressed and sped away. A few moments later, I knew you'd come, but you were a little slow, Thon murmured as he held Eddie. Let's settle this peacefully, Naruto advised. Never lose your light, Godspeed, it may save us all, Thon urged as Barry approached, so Naruto followed. He took Eddie, Iris murmured to the Flash, seizing his hand and pulling away, a slight spark visible between them. Barry? She mumbled to herself as he sped away. The following day, can't believe Wells was this guy, Hartley remarked, adding that while he knew Harrison had a dark side, he didn't expect this. And I thought my father was evil, Thea lamented as she witnessed the horror. Try having Roz as a parent, then say something, Nissa replied, noting that while Thon's work was impressive, her father was in a league of his own. At least your father doesn't put bombs in people's necks to get them to work for you, Naruto commented as Lisa and Leonard told him about their father's latest, cohesion, approach. So, what now? Shauna inquired. We'll keep looking for Eddie and doing what we've been doing, Naruto stated emphatically. Yeah, we owe it to Joe, to Iris, heck, even to ourselves. Heroes never give up, ever, Barry added, receiving nods of approval. Vibes with you, Cisco stated emphatically as Naruto and him dressed up his glasses. You sure, man? Naruto inquired, believing he required more instruction. Cisco said as he fired a beam, damn right I am. You need more practice, dude, Joseon replied, not wanting to get shot in the field by accident. I know, Cisco responded, lowering his hands. What do we do about Iris? Linda inquired, as Iris was becoming a nuisance if the correct questions were not answered. She's a nightmare with her articles because they get dangerously close to revealing what we do, Betty told them. So what do we do because I like not having her around her? Gives me some peace and quiet, Caitlin stated as Frost agreed because Iris was a little demanding during the firestorm issue. Can't shut her up because no one's figured out how, Carrie added, because Iris never tried to hide the truth, which was hazardous and occasionally needed to be hidden. I say we go home and talk about this later, Naruto remarked, turning around and walking out when he noticed Iris. I thought we fixed the security here, he inquired, as they had tight locks and had been making this company something again since they reopened. Iris told him, when Barry was in his coma, I got a key. Anything else happen while we were in comas? Naruto inquired of Caitlin and Cisco. We gave Joe a key as well, Caitlin explained. We didn't see the harm in it, Cisco stated, explaining that it didn't appear important at the time. Nissa inquired, should we silence her? Naruto told her, we can't kill her, honey. Hey, Barry, or should I say, Flash? Iris asked. Well fuck, Hartley exclaimed, knowing that this was not going to be fun. After a half hour, Naruto, Caitlin, Cisco, Betty, Carrie, Nissa, Thea, Shauna, Hartley, Chien, Linda, Will, Tarani, Irma, Jocelyn, Hartley, and Bree all watched Iris utterly and completely emasculate Barry as she yelled violently at him. This is why I don't like working with her, Linda stated flatly. And I thought my mother chewed me out hard, Naruto remarked. I'm sorry, I've only had 2 relationships, but I don't understand why Barry is attracted to her, Nissa lamented. Love is a mysterious thing that works in ways no one can comprehend, Carrie added, coming from personal experience. And he's supposed to marry her. Frost wondered, perplexed as to how he could like her given how much she chewed him out. He knew this would happen. He kept telling me that keeping this secret would hurt her, and he was right, but it's also hurting me to watch this, Naruto muttered, as he watched the tragic scene. I can't believe I'm saying this, but she doesn't have the right to bitch, Thea remarked, explaining that she was in Iris' position not long ago, but it was between her and her brother, and she was personally affected by the lies Iris was unaware of the entire time. Yeah, why does she think it's all about her anyway? Will questioned as Iris made this all about her. Because she feels betrayed, Bree explained, understanding that feeling all too well and also recognizing when it was misdirected. Yeah, but that girl doesn't deserve to put Barry through this. He wanted to tell her, but she's making it all about herself, Irma stated, feeling sorry for Barry who was subjected to Iris' verbal onslaught. And I thought my relationship with Clay was complicated, Shauna said, feeling sorry for Barry. I have fire powers, and I can just imagine the burn Barry is feeling, Tarani stated, noting the high temperature in the room. And I thought my family problems were bad, Jocelyn added as her father and uncle physically attacked her, hearing what Iris was saying making Barry even more depressed than he already was. "All I'm thinking about is getting popcorn," Chian stated, making everyone roll their eyes. "Oh please, if you spent time in prison, you'd be looking for decent entertainment," Shauna nodded. "I'm thinking about muting this whole thing," Hartley expressed his displeasure. Betty stated solemnly, "I think explosions sound better." "I think anything sounds better than this," Naruto muttered as Joe rushed in. "About fucking time, tag Barry out, this is painful," he told the man. "Geez, got it," Joe muttered as he entered the room where Iris and Barry were after hearing Iris chew out Barry. "I'm going to get Barry some rocket fuel," Naruto declared, never seeing a better reason to get drunk. After a few days, it had been a frantic few days, with Iris constantly coming in and berating everyone for lying to her. "Guys, I'm getting a report about an attack on the Central City Gold Reserve," Cisco stated as he pulled it up. "I'll go," everyone said, not wanting to listen to Iris any longer. "Steal her damn key," Naruto said Shauna, not wanting to ask Nissa because she was more inclined to slice her throat. "Oh, baby, I'm going to," Shauna murmured, desiring peace and quiet. "So, who's going?" Cisco inquired. "What's the threat?" Naruto inquired. Cisco just stated, "Guy with a gun and heavy body armor." "Barry," everyone said, referring to the man's need to get away from Iris. 1 hour later, "What happened, man?" Naruto inquired as he examined Barry. "I don't know, 1 minute I'm fighting this guy, the next thing I know it's like some doctors are cutting me open," Barry remarked as he saw the situation. "Doctors?" Caitlin asked, explaining that she only did small things to Barry and that, despite cutting into his lung and extracting shrapnel, she never performed any extensive surgery on him. "Yeah. I kept hearing growls and doctors injecting some green liquid into me," Barry explained. "Growls? Describe them," Naruto questioned, hoping to shorten the list. "They sounded like animal growls," Barry observed as Naruto clenched his fists. "How would you describe the animal making the noises?" Naruto inquired. "I think they sounded like a gorilla. Why?" Barry wondered as everyone backed away from Naruto as big white lightning bolts danced about him. "Grodd," Naruto exclaimed, a mixture of dread, rage, and relief. "What is a Grodd?" Joe inquired, a few moments later. "Oh, Grodd's a gorilla," Joe commented as Caitlin ran through footage of Grodd. "Wait, he has a zoo?" He wondered, having never visited Naruto's lab. "Name any animal, and I bet he has it," Barry remarked to him. "This armored thief guy has some connection to Grodd. Find him, and then we can finally find my gorilla," Naruto remarked, eager to get Grodd back. "Who the hell does Grodd know?" Cisco inquired. "Harrison," Naruto remarked, wondering whether this was just another distraction before recalling something. "Eiling, you said he went missing, right?" he asked Betty. "Yeah, 3 months ago," Betty responded, after investigating it for 2.5 months to check if it was legitimate. "Hey, wasn't that during the whole firestorm thing?" Irma wondered, recalling her and Frost keeping Ronnie cool. "Wells gave Eiling to Grodd as retaliation for hurting me," Naruto explained, recalling Harrison's frown when he pulled the spike trick. "He told you?" Betty inquired, intrigued. "No, I just figured out why Eiling went missing," Naruto explained, noting that the timing was coincidental. "I bet you this armored guy is Eiling. If Grodd has powers, he may be controlling the general," Cisco speculated. "Why didn't Grodd just kill him?" Caitlin wondered, having seen the damage to Grodd's body after they discovered what Eiling had done, and the damage was considerable, with surgical scars and cattle prod marks. "Because Wells must have him in some kind of trap, and this is Wells distracting us while he works," Naruto explained. "Do you think Grodd knows where Wells is?" Barry inquired. "No, Harrison does not leave loose ends," Naruto stated as Harrison approached the vest. "Then we deal with your monkey and the general, and then we get back to finding Thon, both of them," Joe stated, noting that dealing with a dumb former soldier and a gorilla with mental powers didn't seem fun. "Given that he appears to be after the gold reserve, that means they'll have to move it, but where?" Caitlin inquired. "I'll ask Singh, and then you can all get ready to nab Eiling," Joe added, as Singh seemed to trust him more than previously. "All right, call the girls and Hartley and tell them to get into position when we're ready," Naruto stated, returning his gaze to the footage of him and Grodd on the screen. "Daddy's on his way, buddy," he added. 2 hours later, an ice cream truck. "Really?" Frost inquired as she rode her navy blue motorcycle, christened the Frost Cycle by Naruto. You've got to agree with her there, Naruto. Thea stated as she sat in a black and red muscle car with arrow-like patterns with Carrie and Nissa. Don't blame me, it was Sing's idea, Naruto said to them. How are the new rides treating you? Awesome. Hartley said as he rode his motorcycle with speakers on the rims and a wonderful sealed-up helmet that could filter out sound in case he needed to blast the speakers. Mine is very nice, Chien stated while riding her immaculate white motorcycle in a full white bodysuit. Vibe agrees, but why do I keep speaking in the third person? Cisco inquired over the phone.
I'm not sure, but why don't I have a bike? Shauna inquired.
Because I'm thinking of getting you a hoverboard, Naruto explained, noting that Shauna's teleporting was not intended for land vehicles. So we all get sick-ass vehicles? Jocelyn wondered as she used a unique glider feature built to her staff to avoid tiring herself out while utilizing her talents to fly. Except for me and Naruto, for obvious reasons, Barry added, expressing his want to see if Naruto could truly do it. Don't worry, dude, I'll think of something for us, something like roller skates, Naruto said, making everyone laugh. Can't wait to beat the shit out of Eiling, Betty exclaimed as she rode her magenta motorcycle. Hey Bree, how are the systems running? Naruto said as she assisted him in customizing the bikes and automobiles, even installing an autopilot that Gideon and Minma could manage. Thea, don't press any of the buttons, Nissa warned as she noticed Thea holding the trigger and aching to press a button. The light cycle is kick-ass, Linda exclaimed as she wheelied her black motorcycle with illuminated wheels. Light cycle? That sounds like something from Tron, Cisco inquired. Wait, she can fly, he told Naruto. It is and works that way, the trail fades after a few moments, Naruto explained. Thought everyone could use something, dude, he added. I bet Ronnie's would be like freaking Ghost Rider, Cisco imagined, and wait, do I get a set of wheels? He said. Yes, after we do some training and figure everything out. Each vehicle is designed to work in tandem with your powers and skills, Naruto remarked as he was modifying the technology to accommodate their abilities. Is that why my wheels can flame on? Tarani wondered, sitting in a black muscle automobile with little design. Your car was built for you, Irma, and will, Naruto explained, referring to the car's ability to adapt to them. Do you people always talk this much? Joe said over the phone while inside the ice cream truck with other officers, thankful for his private comm. Only when we're bored, Bree explained as she observed the automobiles while Cisco observed the others. Can you tell the guy to turn off the music? I don't want any kids around when he shows up, Naruto requested as he noticed kids approaching the truck from down the block. The driver switched off the music after getting the kids and the mom to leave. Joe complimented him, saying, "Good catch." A landmine exploded beneath the truck as it approached an underpass. Whoa, truck just got hit by a landmine, Cisco exclaimed. I swear, how'd they miss that? Betty wondered as she avoided those easily during her trip. Is Joe okay? Barry inquired, concerned. I'm not sure, his communications are down, Cisco explained. As the armored man approached the truck, Joe and the officers jumped out and shot two of him in the shoulder. Freeze, drop your weapon. Don't force me to do this, Joe said as the armored man approached him. When Naruto and Barry arrived, the person was thrown into the side of the ice cream truck. Oh, I needed that so much, Barry replied, adding that, like Iris, he'd been stressed out and sorely needed some relief. Tell me about it, Naruto responded, having long fantasized about doing that to Eiling. You okay? Barry inquired of Joe. Yeah, you? Joe inquired. I didn't want you to shoot him again, even though he deserves it, and I was in desperate need of a punch, Barry explained. Let's see who Goldfinger is here, Joe stated as Naruto removed the guy's helmet, exposing Eiling's face. Called it, Naruto replied, snapping his fingers in his face as he noticed he was unresponsive. Joe stated, I shot him in the shoulder. Let's throw him in the pipeline and see if we can get some answers, Barry stated as he and Naruto seized Eiling and rushed away. 1 hour later, what the hell is wrong with him? Joe inquired, noting the man's blank expression. Perhaps trance? Cisco speculated. Caitlin stated, I pulled a bullet out of his shoulder and he didn't even flinch. Grodd? Naruto questioned, taking off his mask in front of Eiling. You can see through him, can't you? You know Grodd, but Grodd doesn't know you, Eiling pointed out. What's the matter with him? How come he doesn't remember? Cisco inquired of Caitlin. Grodd had a lot of drugs tested on him, not all of them legal, and I think one of them might have been vertigo, Caitlin explained, explaining that Grodd was frightened of needles after Eiling and she couldn't obtain a proper blood sample, but when she looked at his brain scans, she could only detect a few chemicals. Grodd, my name is Naruto. Do you recognize that name? Naruto inquired. Eiling grasped his head, saying, Naruto father, I can't remember. What's wrong, are you okay? Caitlin inquired. No, Grodd's head hurt, it was difficult to think straight. It was difficult to remember. Wells promised to help Grodd and reunite with father, Eiling murmured as he collapsed to the floor in the fetal position. Okay, this is kinda messed up, Joe muttered, as seeing the general in this state was frightening. Caitlin inquired, where are you Grodd? We can help you. No, stay away. Eiling yelled at them before collapsing. This is bittersweet, Betty stated, explaining that she would have given anything to see Eiling like this, but knowing it was someone else's anguish made it even worse. Don't worry buddy, Daddy's coming, Naruto remarked as he prepared to rush away. Whoa, we need to find him, don't run around blind, Barry remarked, coming to a halt. We have to do something, he's in pain. I won't sit back and do nothing, Naruto exclaimed, unable to stand by and watch Grodd suffer. I'm just trying to help, Barry explained. Why did you name him Grodd? Joe inquired, as he was terrified. Only thing he'd answered to, Naruto stated as he went through a list of names and taught Grodd sign language and spelt out Grodd. Remember the time he flipped off Wells? Cisco joked. You taught a gorilla to flip people off. Priceless, Barry chuckled. How did Grodd get his powers? Joe wondered. Eiling's experiments were to create the perfect super soldier with mental capabilities, Naruto explained. And Grodd was one of his subjects? Joe inquired. Grodd was the test subject. They hit him with massive doses that were more than an adult gorilla could handle, Naruto explained, shocked that Grodd survived. And how old is he? Joe inquired. I found Grodd as a baby, he's an orphan, and I raised him with the help of my parents until a few years later, when Wells threw him to Eiling, Naruto explained. And he was in his late teens when the accelerator hit him, Caitlin explained, referring to Naruto Grodd's refusal to let anybody else close him. Do you mean to tell me that the huge-ass gorilla I saw on that video earlier was like 18, 17 years old? Joe inquired as he was shown footage of Grodd prior to the accelerator. Eiling pumped him full of drugs man, he got big quick, Cisco added as Grodd spiraled out of control. How do we stop him? Our powers and tools are designed for action, Hartley explained as they prepared to battle rather than pacify a gigantic gorilla. Naruto said, let me talk to him. Dude, he doesn't remember you. All he remembers is your name and Caitlin, Cisco explained. First and foremost, we must locate him, Joe explained. I can help with that, Iris replied as she walked in. The squad of heroes, sans Barry and Joe, looked at her incredulously. Didn't we take your key away? Inquired Naruto. I made copies, Iris explained, causing everyone to moan. Great, we're stuck with her, Shauna muttered as she snatched the key. Iris sat down and logged on to her computer. There have been reports of some animal down in the sewers, she remarked as she retrieved the reports. Alligators. CHUDs. ROU. Am I the only one who watches movies around here? Cisco asked, drawing blank stares. A few months ago, 2 sewer workers went missing. The search party reported hearing strange animal-like noises down in the tunnels, Iris explained. Where'd they go missing? Barry inquired. Iris told him, 5th Avenue and 10th Street. There's a sewer access point about 2 blocks east of that intersection, Cisco remarked, opening up a map. Naruto stated, we'll start there. I'll be there as well, Joe said.
Wading through miles of rats, roaches, and human excrement. Count me out, Cisco stated, disgusted.
Listen, Joe. If you hurt Grodd, I might have to kill you, Naruto unexpectedly remarked. Here are some tranquilizers, Kalen added, hoping that would suffice. And you put tracers in them, which is good because if he gets away, we can follow him, Naruto remarked as he took the tranq pistol. Here, Cisco replied, motioning to Joe, might want to leave the gun. Why? Joe inquired, perplexed. He hates guns, he picked that up from me, Naruto added. Fine, Joe said, concealing his firearm, let's go ape hunting. Actually take this, Naruto remarked, handing Joe his gun, best he only tried to kill one of us, he added, as Joe, Barry, and Naruto left. After 30 minutes, as they descended into the sewers, Naruto exclaimed, that's a fascinating smell. Alright, I made these lights to glow for hours so we can find our way back. Give me that damn banana, he said, snatching the banana from Barry and tossing it. He despises bananas, he explained. Stick close, Joe advised, because these tunnels stretch for kilometers and it's easy to get lost. You don't need to tell me twice, Barry said. What the fuck? Naruto exclaimed as he noticed writings on the wall with Grodd written on them as the writing developed and advanced math was written. I can't believe I'm down here looking for a supernatural gorilla. I'm terrified of regular gorillas. Could someone please tell me what the hell I'm looking at? Joe inquired, after seeing photographs of stickmen. One of them had a hat and was most likely Eiling. He's evolving mentally speaking, and with the drugs in him, adding dark matter to the mix probably wasn't a good thing, Naruto explained, referring to Grodd's terrible combination. A snarl came from a tunnel, followed by a deep rumble. He's getting smarter. Do you think he's getting bigger too? Joe wondered, hearing the rumble. Please tell me that was a truck passing over? He prayed silently. Nope, Naruto answered, removing his mask as he turned around to see Grodd around 10 feet away. When Barry saw Grodd, he exclaimed, "Holy shit." Grodd said stay away. Grodd mentally told them. He really is telepathic, Joe feared. Grodd, it's Naruto, come on, calm down, it's me, Naruto said as he approached him carefully. Father, hate guns, Grodd exclaimed as he examined Joe's gun. Naruto then approached Joe and slashed both weapons in half, saying, now let's talk buddy, remember me and Caitlin? Caitlin. Difficult to think, Grodd murmured, gripping his head in discomfort. Is that a bruise on his head? Barry said, noticing a big bruise on Grodd's side of the head. His brain may be growing too large, or he may have suffered trauma like Hartley did when the accelerator blew up, Naruto added, dismissing both options. Grodd, you can see into my mind, look and see everything I'm thinking, he said, focusing on images of them together. How did Grodd know who to trust? Grodd inquired. I'm not sure if it's a leap of faith, buddy. You'll just have to take my word for it, Naruto said him. Naruto felt Grodd enter his head and searched through his memories after the two locked eyes for a time. Grodd shouted, terrified them, but Naruto didn't move because he wasn't scared. Grodd sighs before returning his gaze to Naruto. Father? He asked, causing everyone to relax. Yeah, it's me, buddy. God, I've been worried about you. Naruto smiled as the meta-gorilla pulled him into an embrace and wailed. STAR Laboratories. Seems like Grodd had vertigo, and his head shows signs of trauma. I'm guessing the accelerator blast knocked him into the wall of his cage, Caitlin stated as everyone glanced at Grodd, who was petting Kurama and playing with the fox. How are you going to explain this in your zoo? Joe inquired as Naruto spent the day teaching visiting children about the animals. Easy, he just doesn't talk to them. Believe it or not, before the explosion, I used to do the same thing I do now. The kids loved Grodd. Naruto recalled how visitors would line up only to view the gorilla. Better conversation than most, Nissa replied, recalling how she used to converse to animals when she was a child, even though she knew they couldn't respond. Well, I'm just glad he's back and fine. Now I can stop looking down, Naruto stated before making a thoughtful face. Down? You guys, what if Wells isn't hiding out here but below us? He asked as they hurried across the city checking everywhere. Cisco hurried through his 3D designs and ran them through the pipeline, discovering another room. How many damn secret rooms are in this building? He exclaimed as he discovered one, and the building rocked. Naruto and Barry dashed there, only to discover Harrison had already left. I'm glad I sped up work or you would have caught me, Harrison stated over the PA. We need to deal with this shit, Cisco, Frost said, tired of the systems being hacked. Yeah, on top of my to-do list. What the hell do you want now, Eobird? Here to gloat again? You know, maybe if you fought as well as you talked, you could have taken down the Flash by now, Cisco replied, attempting to rile him up as he traced the signal. Harrison casually stated, oh, I know I can beat him. Yeah right, you cheap knockoff, you'll never be as good as Barry, and he'll always be better than you, Cisco stated. I'll give you points for the idea, but if you want to distract me Cisco, you can do better than that, Eobird stated as the console Cisco was at sparked. You son of a bitch, I just got my games on that, Cisco snarled. Your idea to reactivate the accelerator is clever, but it won't work, Naruto smirked. And why is that? Harrison inquired before the rumbling subsided. What did you do? He inquired. Oh, took a piece of equipment here and there, Naruto remarked with a chuckle. I might not understand the battery you put in place, but I understand this accelerator I helped you build, which means I know which parts are needed to actually function. Oh, you are good, you did that weeks in advance, didn't you? Oh, you are brilliant, Harrison exclaimed as he applauded him. After all, I was trained by a genius, Naruto smirked. Indeed you were, but it appears you're just delaying the accelerator, Harrison remarked, knowing Naruto only slowed it because the batteries would have detonated otherwise. Yep, what would take a day to charge will take months, perhaps years, Naruto teased. Try a few days, Harrison suggested as he worked on his end. I learned from the Takin device incident to be prepared for your tampering, Naruto. Then are you prepared for the explosion? Naruto inquired. What explosion? Harrison inquired. See the parts one removed. Without them, once that battery is fully charged. Boom. No more accelerator, Naruto explained. Then you'd better put it back, Naruto, or it'll take out a 10-block radius of STAR labs, Harrison said. My dad absorbs energy, and he'll absorb the explosion. Can he handle that much? Willing to gamble with his life? Harrison asked. Naruto remained silent until he replaced the components. No, he yelled angrily as he hit a wall. Oh, Naruto, don't be so down. I applaud how far you could go with that gamble, but I came prepared. I'll go home, one way or another, Harrison clapped. Why can't you let me help you? We could build a time ship for you to use, Naruto replied, referring to Harrison as a threat to the timeline. I want to win because Naruto, Harrison remarked creepily. Even if it means sacrificing your life? Questioned Naruto. Harrison told him, I plan for everything. Then what's stopping Eddie from killing himself, and thus killing you? Naruto questioned. Knowledge, and the hope of having a life with Iris. Naruto, you think exactly like me, surely you knew this, Harrison stated. You turned it on because you knew we'd be trying to save the metas inside, leaving you to do your work, am I right? Naruto asked as the weather wizard, the mist, and deathbolt were too dangerous to carry. There's that intelligence again. Oh, if things had been different, maybe you could have been my son, Harrison added. In hell, he'd be your son, Barry scoffed at the prospect. At least then I'd have something, Harrison grumbled before calming down. And you're talking to the wrong person about sons, Barry, he said with a smile. Everyone was perplexed and chose to ignore his remark. How exactly does this bring back everything that was taken away from you? Naruto inquired. Time reveals all secrets, Naruto, Harrison stated as he hung up the phone. Okay, what are we going to do with our trio of criminals? Because once that thing starts working, they're going to be fried, Linda questioned. We move them, but the million-dollar question is where they go, Cisco explained. Lien Yu, Barry remarked, perplexing them. Olivver has his own private prison on an island, he said. Yes, but what then? Betty inquired. We can transport them in their cells like we did with Metamorpho, right? Barry inquired. That was just one of the backups we put him in. This thing could mess up because they're in the main backups. I don't know, dude, Cisco remarked, spitballing because they didn't have time to prepare. Remember, we've made power-dampening cuffs. Slap them on, and they're powerless, Naruto explained. Yeah, but they're a little iffy, Cisco admitted, noting that he had yet to create a good functional prototype. There has to be a way to safely transport them. What are we not looking at here? Caitlin inquired, certain that there was something they could accomplish. We installed gas in those things, right? Naruto inquired as he dialed a phone number. Yo Icebox, I need a favor. Get Lisa to, he stated over the phone. 1 hour later, thank you very much, Leonard remarked as Naruto handed him the money. What about me, baby? What do I get? Lisa inquired amusingly. 3 grand from that in. Naruto murmured as he drew her into a kiss. Where's Mick? He inquired. Leonard responded, around. He gave Lisa 3 grand and kept his and Mick's. Be careful with Argus, okay? Naruto warned, expecting them to play fish. Leonard just stated, got it, don't get fucked over. How much do you usually charge? Barry inquired, as 3 grand per person appeared to be a bargain. Naruto gets it free, but he's nice enough to pay, but I'd have charged you as a 20 grand per person for this, Leonard stated, as he was straightforward and fair about the task. Oh, and hey Frosty Jackass, I didn't think I'd catch you sabotaging the truck now did I? Cisco asked, keeping a careful eye on Leonard. You know me so well, I figured they might owe me, Snart remarked, impressed that he had caught him. Besides, we're not taking them to Lien Yu, and I'm not going to let Waller take them all, Naruto explained. Yes, we are. Now suck it up and get ready, Barry remarked, as they had run out of ideas and had to do this.
Yeah, we've got the others with us, don't worry, Leonard stated as he sat in the passenger seat and Lisa took the wheel, as she had a CDL license. Oh, and I love the bikes and cars, any chance me, Lisa, and Mick can get one? Leonard inquired as they stood in the garage, his criminal mind racing with ideas of the vehicles.
What? You want a cold mobile? Naruto remarked, causing Lisa to laugh. Nice cold mobile. How about a gold cycle? Lisa suggested. I'll think about it, babe, Naruto murmured as he succumbed to her demands. I swear for a man who has every woman imaginable, you're whipped, Leonard told him. Naruto asked, pointing to Lisa, can you say no to that face? True, Snart answered, struggling to say no to his sister. Alright, I paid you to leave, Naruto responded. There's another way I'd like to be paid by you, Lisa added as she drove, enjoying Leonard's uncomfortable expression. What are the chances of them escaping? Joe inquired of Naruto. 80/20ths odds man, Naruto added, referring to the fact that they didn't have a lot of odds. The following day, Frost, what the hell? Cisco exclaimed as he entered Caitlin's office. What? Caitlin inquired. Oh Caitlin, why are you making it so cold? Cisco exclaimed, noticing his own breath. Caitlin inquired, what makes you think it's me? It's 40 degrees in here. Cisco shivered when their red alarm went off. What now? He asked, turning up the surveillance stream and seeing Harrison, Malcolm Merlyn and his assassins, and Mr. Freeze. Is he seriously with Mr. Freeze? How the hell did he get him? Cisco was taken aback. Caitlin smirked as she morphed into Frost, he has an army, so do we. Yeah, I'm glad Naruto and Barry made those calls, Cisco replied as he started the lockdown procedure, which would stop everyone but the speedsters, as he put on his spectacles as a last line of defense. Outside. So who wants to kill him? Thea inquired of Olivver and Nissa, as this was the one thing they'd cheerfully do together. Why don't we do this together? Olivver said, knowing that they all deserved a taste of Merlyn. For Tommy? Thea asked, wanting justice for her half-brother. For Tommy, Olivver added, referring to the man who was his brother in every way except blood. Wow. All the super friends together, and I see you got Grodd back, Harrison said as he noticed the meta gorilla on the roof growling at him. No matter how fast you are or how many people you bring with you, you can't stop us all, Barry told him. Oh Barry, I'm not? Let's find out, Harrison remarked, ejecting his suit from the ring. Can you stop that? Naruto inquired. Stop what? Harrison asked, his voice quivering. That annoying ass vibrating body thing. Why do you do that anyway? We know who you are, Naruto said, as it was obvious at this point. Yeah, why do you keep vibrating anyway, and what's with the glowing eyes thing? Barry inquired, really interested. Thon explained, it's an effect of the negative speed force. We can still end this peacefully, Thon. Let me assist you, let me assist my friend, Naruto told him. Sorry Naruto, but if you knew what all this was about, you'd know all I've done is get back home, Harrison said him. Alright then, Naruto replied, snapping his fingers, and Batwoman zip-lined in. What, no Batman? Thon asked, chuckling. I'll show you a million reasons why I'm worse, said Batwoman. Ready when you are, Godspeed, Harrison smirked as Naruto charged him, but he was caught off guard by Mr. Freeze, so close, he murmured as he and Barry charged each other. It's a shame to freeze someone so young, but he promised to help save my wife, Mr. Freeze explained as he maintained his focus on Naruto. I swear, Naruto exclaimed wiggling his body, warming it up, shit I'm slowed down, he thought as Mr. Freeze froze him enough to wear him down. My apologies, but I will have my wife back no matter what, Mr. Freeze remarked before being shot in the side. No one gets to blast him except me, Snart stated as he, Mick, and Lisa arrived. Will we arrive on time? He inquired of Naruto. It should have been sooner, Naruto said as Snart pulled him up. Mick, the building is yours, and the ninjas are all yours, Snart remarked as Mick arrived at work with a deranged expression on his face. Yes, I love ninjas, Mick replied as he started torching things and soon came to a halt when he noticed a fiery man and lady spewing fire in the air. I'm in love, he said, feeling their heat. Something is seriously wrong with you, Naruto said Mick. As Jocelyn threw a lightning bolt, the two ducked. Ha, ha, "Let's party," exclaimed Mick as he surged into the melee. Snart formed an ice arch and kicked it, causing it to collide with Mr. Freeze. "My gun is cooler than yours," he told the man in the spacesuit. Mr. Freeze fired at him, saying, "Please, I had this while you were still a small-time crook, brat." "I was never a small-time relic," Snart remarked as their weapons clashed, each yielding to the other. As Naruto assisted Barry with Thon, there were streaks of red, yellow, and white visible around everyone. "I can see why you moved here. This is actually kind of fun," Olivver told Thea as the two launched arrows at assassins. "I know, there's never a dull moment," Thea commented as the two grinned. "Are those bees?" Olivver inquired, noticing bees swarming. "Thank you, Queen Bee," Thea said. Nissa was fighting Malcolm when she delivered a spin kick that sent him sliding across the mat. "Did you really think you could take on the demoness head?" she questioned. "I assumed it was the demon's head," Malcolm explained. "Demoness, as I am female," Nissa explained, explaining that because she was the first female leader, she got to choose her title. "Though it will be changed back once I kill you," Malcolm added, laughing. "I have changed the Assassin's League. Let me introduce you to one of its newest recruits," Nissa remarked as she disbanded the current league to form her own for a more noble cause. Merlyn was intrigued until he ducked a blade aimed at his midsection. "Tatsuyama Shiro, or as she's come to be known now as Katana, sought me out after her husband's death, looking for a new direction in life, and I gave it to her, the life of a hero," Nissa stated as the two lethal women prepared to kill Merlyn. "Last I checked, heroes don't kill," Merlyn remarked as he pulled two swords from his belt. "Tonight we make an exception," Kushina stated as she arrived. "Are you willing to die or flee like a coward?" she said. Malcolm gazed at them before hurling a pellet towards the ground, which vanished in a puff of smoke. Tatsu sheathed her weapon as she and the other two women charged at some mindless killers. Along with Linda, "Cisco, I thought you said the inside was sealed tight," Linda exclaimed as ninjas ripped a hole in the structure. "It was," Cisco said, before receiving a shuriken to the shoulder. "Oh shit, ow," he exclaimed, grazed. The rumble was silenced as two metal hands emerged from a wall, shoving them aside as Minma strode out. "When you said ow, I was alerted to your need for assistance," he stated as he walked over to them. "Boy, I'm glad to see you, big guy. Do you think you can help us?" Cisco asked, relieved, as Minma administered a spray to his injury. "It would be my pleasure," Minma remarked as he turned to face the ninjas, before blasting them with a flamethrower. Linda chuckled as she blinded some ninjas. "I love that robot." "Where are the others?" Cisco said, curious as to how the rest of the squad was faring. "Shauna is ready to pull anyone out, and Hartley is setting up traps everywhere," Linda added, certain that the others were on the roof with Grodd. "So it's just the two of us and the robot? Where'd Caitlin go?" Cisco inquired. To assist Snart, Linda stated as Frost stated that when she took over, she wanted a crack at the guy. "So it's a cold off?" Cisco asked, laughing. "Yes, it's a cold off, but let's not let Minma have all the fun," Linda replied as she dashed off to catch up with Minma. "Roof. How are you doing, Bree?" Jocelyn inquired as she created a maelstrom on the roof and struck ninjas with lightning. "Not great," Bree exclaimed as she cried against the howling wind while clutching Grodd. "This wind is crazy," Carrie said as she went backwards in the direction of the wind, speeding up her arrows. Grodd growled as he pushed one of the ninjas out of the room. "Grodd, protect friends," he said, pounding his chest. Carrie shot her arrows while Grodd interfered with their thoughts, leaving them vulnerable to being hit or stung by Bree's robotic bees or struck by Jocelyn's lightning. Along with Naruto, "Are you okay?" Barry inquired, seeing Naruto's slower than usual pace. "Freeze really fucked me over with that blast," Naruto muttered, knowing he'd be fine but slower for a time, implying they were all about the same pace. "Then kick your healing into high gear or something, because he's kicking our asses," Barry added, noting that Thon had more experience than them both. "Follow my lead," Naruto said as they went up the building, Thon on their tails. "Ronnie Tarani, blast this bitch," he screamed as Thon made a little leap as he ran in up the building, slowing him down enough for him to be blasted. "Grodd hates you," Grodd thought to himself as he seized Thon and began slamming him against the ground back and forth. "Grodd, toss him," Naruto said as Grodd laughed and hurled him square into Naruto and Barry's fists. "Good night," he replied as Ray Palmer shot Thon with 4 arrows loaded with nanites. "You had to have broken his back with that level of damage," Thea murmured, prodding Thon's body. Good, Barry responded, hoping he had done well. He'll be fine. We're not that strong, Naruto stated as he delivered one punch. I'm referring to what Grodd did, Thea explained. Oh. Maybe, Naruto answered hesitantly. Good guys win, bad guys lose, Olivver stated, explaining that because the assassins were down and Freeze was frozen, they won. The following day. What no big belly burger? Harrison exclaimed as he attempted to stand, placing his palm on the wall. Naruto inquired, do you prefer Harrison or Eobird? Eobird, please, Eobird said to him. Did you know the average human body can go without food for 2 months? Barry remarked, fully trying to starve the speedster. Dude, we're speedsters, you might want to recheck that math, Naruto replied, not knowing how much they needed in comparison to a genuine human. Really, you're still doing that? Come on man, he's the bad guy, Barry marveled at Naruto's continued concern for him. He can't stay or even die here. We'd screw ourselves, Naruto stated, because anything from the future who stayed here typically caused difficulties. Besides, Eobird teased, kill me and you won't know how things were supposed to go. You wanted him fast enough so that when you inject the accelerator with a hydrogen atom, the collision will make a wormhole. That's when you go home, isn't it? Naruto said, referring to Thon's method of returning to his original timeline, as the wormhole combined with his speed would allow him to bend speedster rules of being tied to a new timeline he created. Why weren't you a part of this world the entire time? You were brilliant, Eobird exclaimed happily. Perhaps I was or am, Naruto speculated, referring to the multiverse's likely millions of forms. That's not what I meant, but I understand. You see, the original time I came from didn't have a Naruto or anyone from your world, so you changed everything, so it was difficult, but I finally managed to get the path right for me to go home, Eobird stated, smiling. What did you do? Barry inquired, not enjoying his expression. I intend to take this new timeline's place, so it shouldn't be too difficult, Eobird smirked. Considering you now, I can understand that, Barry said, but how? Like you did, Barry, he's ripping off your trick. He won't kill this future Eobird. Instead, he intends to merge with him, as we did with our past selves, Naruto explained, as doing so would bind Eobird to the timeline. Brilliant, just brilliant, exclaimed Eobird, applauding. What'll happen to his timeline? Barry wondered. Futures may merge or be rewritten in some places, but not by much with us here, Naruto explained. What if he merges them? Would you go back in time with future me to stop him? Wouldn't that mean he's stopped? Barry asked, little perplexed. No, because I lack the speed to follow him. That's why the sphere exists, Naruto explained as Eobird smiled. Not you now, but maybe you later, but it would mess everything up. Tampering with history is dangerous, my friend, Eobird warned him. Barry, even if we mess this up slightly, we fuck up everything, Naruto stated as the Speed Force and Negative Speed Force were wild. So, if you went, he could go after your parents? That level of fucking up? Barry inquired. He's not going to do that, Naruto responded, gazing Eobird in the eyes. No, I like them, Eobird replied to Barry, trust me Barry, if you understood the significance of my killing Nora, you'd understand and be crushed by the things I knew. Was Nora destined to die? Naruto inquired. Yes and no, Eobird said, you know no future or past is set in stone, which is why your future is undetermined, you can't be calculated. So why me? Why do you need me to be the one to do this accelerator run? Barry said. Because I hate you for 2 reasons, Eobird explained, and Naruto's power is off the charts, he might as well create something stronger than the wormhole.
Like a black hole, Naruto asked, knowing the wormhole was a slippery slope. That's it, you originally made the wormhole as a way of flipping the bird to Barry, he said, catching Barry's attention. If the black hole opened here, he would have been safe in his timeline, but now, since he wants this future, he needs to make sure that doesn't happen, he said to him.
You understand me like no one else could, and they'll be in good hands with you when I'm gone. After all, I taught you everything I know, sorta, Eobird remarked, clapping. He's better than you'll ever be, Barry told him as he walked away. We can agree on that, Eobird stated with a smile. As he went away, Naruto remarked, I will miss you, Eobird, my friend. Eobird added, and I will miss you, together with the others. Where's Iris? Barry inquired of everyone. So that's why it's so quiet, Naruto replied, laughing. She's trying to save her relationship, Irma explained earlier when she ran into Eddie. Poor guy, I wonder how he feels knowing he won't get with Iris, Cisco commented. The future is never set, Naruto remarked, simply dismissing fate. This thing of Eobart's is a double-sided sword, right? What does he want? Thea inquired. To give Barry an ultimatum, Naruto stated, drawing their attention. The portal is like an autocorrect. If he goes to save his mother, it will return to Thon's original timeline, he explained to him. Should I? Barry inquired. No dude, we'd be all kinds of screwed, Naruto responded, referring to the fact that they would never have met in the new timeline. What about that black hole you mentioned? Hartley inquired, believing it to be the most serious problem. Whoever created the black hole must return to close it, but that area will be unstable for a while, so any disturbances to space and time will cause it to reopen, Naruto explained, as he was well versed in the mechanics and manipulation of space and time. But he'd get to live the life he could have had, with both of his parents, Joe replied, knowing that Barry had been pursuing this for years. Surprising everyone, Naruto said, I'll go with him. What about all that talk about breaking the timeline stuff? Barry inquired. Well, the black hole bends the rules, and there's something you should do there or then in this case, Naruto explained. Okay, if you say so, I trust you, Barry remarked as Ronnie, Hartley, and Cisco started working. After a few hours, you have a plan, don't you? Naruto asked as Eobard looked totally well. You've gotten faster, he realized immediately. Yep, for a trick I like, Eobard remarked cheerfully. You always prepare for everything, Naruto remarked, knowing he was prepared. Eobard said, yes, just like you. What's the trick? Naruto inquired. I just need the sphere to get into the wormhole because thanks to you, I am stable enough to pass through the wormhole and in there, I can instantly do a trick that all speedsters can do, Eobard explained to the others. Speed illusion? Naruto inquired. No, just a remnant, Eobard explained. A time remnant? Naruto wondered. Even with subtle hints, you still got it. Eobard stated with a smirk. I need me to be here because Naruto I'm a part of history here then and later then I won't explain all the conflict and chaos theory involved as this requires a level 20 intellect. So you can literally be two places at once, but if you meet, it would mean one of you would have to kill the other. You want to give yourself a warning while not affecting anything, Naruto explained. Yes, in the wormhole, I'll jump to that moment in there, no time wraiths, nothing, I'll be fine, Eobard simply stated. You ready? Barry inquired as he dressed in his suit. Ready. Naruto murmured to him as Barry opened the wormhole and the two sped in. In the distant past, do you feel better? Naruto asked as Barry got some closure talking to his mother before she died. Yeah, Barry responded, slightly weeping. Come on, Naruto said as they raced somewhere. Where are we? Barry inquired, noticing a large, expensive-looking house. The day I came here, Naruto said as they sped into the house and were now in Naruto's room and saw the child glow and saw a fully grown Naruto above him in blue light, the light slowly absorbing into the child. The day I came here I knew I wasn't one or two separate people, I'm me no matter what, he said as Barry smiled happy Naruto shared this with him. They both started racing faster and faster until they saw two Eobards in the portal, which Barry tackled. You came back? Why? You could have had everything you wanted, Eobard asked Barry. Seriously? Naruto said, wondering what Eobard was up to as his other left. He already does, he answered as he and Barry shared a smile. Thon replied as he put on his mask, not for long. The three speedsters then started fighting. Thon groaned as Barry and Naruto rushed around him, hitting him from all sides. Is it just me, or did we get faster? Said Barry of Naruto. I think we did, Naruto smirked as he checked with Gideon, who was traveling at 1,700 miles per hour and Barry had just passed 1,100 miles per hour. Hold still, Eobard exclaimed as he struggled to keep up with Barry's erratic speed. Make me old man. Barry chuckled as he easily avoided Thon's strikes. Barry, Naruto exclaimed as the doorway reopened. How? He wondered. I told you, I always win, Eobard exclaimed as he seized Barry. I am going to kill Joe, then Henry, and then Iris, too bad you won't get to see it, he exclaimed before stopping as he began to glitch. What the hell? Naruto wondered as he witnessed Eddie shoot himself, although Eobard should have faded, not glitched. Why is he still here? Barry wondered as he witnessed Eddie die, then Eobard glitched till he faded. Something messed up just happened, Naruto told him. Do you think it involves that other Eobard? Barry inquired. Not likely, but we have bigger problems, Naruto remarked as the wormhole ate its way through the roof, and I just fixed that, he added, knowing he'd have to fix it. Move, move, Barry exclaimed as the rubble began to descend. We gotta stop that thing, let's go, Naruto exclaimed as they began rushing along the debris to the front of the STAR labs. Eddie, Barry said as he saw Eddie's body being sucked in. We can't save him, Naruto lamented as the body was lowered into the hole. The two dashed outdoors to find the others. Caitlin hugged Naruto and exclaimed, "Thank God, you're okay." What are we going to do? How do we stop a black hole? Barry wondered. Hartley stated, "It can't be stopped. Not unless we disrupt and sever the motion. Me and Barry can halt the motion, but we need something to sever it," Naruto stated urgently. We can, Martin responded to Ronnie, by separating in the eye of it. No, that's suicide, Caitlin exclaimed, pointing out that the amount of energy required may kill them. We die anyway if we let it go, Ronnie exclaimed as he flew up with Stein. Barry, let's go, Naruto said as they fled along the debris being sucked up and began running about in the black hole. Gold and white lightning eventually stopping the black hole's pull. Ronnie flew into the eye of it, smiling as he charged up and split the splicer as he detonated.
Stein, Naruto murmured as he grabbed Barry and Stein, both unconscious, and ran them back down to the streets, where he spotted Caitlin approaching before screaming as Ronnie died to rescue them all.
After a few days, following the wormhole, the others immediately held a funeral for Ronnie, honoring the fantastic man he was. He and Barry were receiving a lot of fans and support as they rebuilt with the rest of the team, continuing to be heroes in training, not allowing Ronnie's sacrifice be in vain. You have not failed this city, Thea stated as Naruto was repairing the roof of the STAR labs. That was corny, Naruto commented after repairing the roof and cleaning up Eddie's blood. Well, my brother sure enjoyed saying it, Thea chuckled. How's jitters after I rebuilt it? Naruto said. He explained that the building next door was for sale because the owner was leaving following the black hole, so he assisted Thea in expanding jitters into an internet cafe and bar. Fantastic, Thea said as her business was booming. That's good because I have a feeling, something's coming, Naruto remarked, recalling the E1 Barry incident. I feel something, I'm not sure what though, he said, having a horrible sensation. Didn't the other Barry say he'd been doing this for 2 years? And didn't he mention a speedster named Zoom? Thea inquired. Yeah, but it's only been a year, Naruto stated as they had time. What if he meant the upcoming year? Thea inquired. He said 2 years of being the Flash. Barry here has been the Flash for a little over a year, we should be good, Naruto added, referring to the period he planned to train. I just feel better knowing we have some idea of what's coming at us, Thea explained simply. As they returned to work, Naruto stated, true, after a few weeks. Naruto gazed out at Central Metropolis from his mansion in the woods, which he built in his spare time while reconstructing the metropolis, which was now roughly half fixed. Gotta say, this place will put Eobart's place to shame, Caitlin said him as they plundered Eobart's old location for resources. Yep. Once we get it fixed again, I'm still amazed at how big it is, Naruto stated as he erected it and marveled at its enormity. Something tells me it or another house we live in will be much bigger in the future, Caitlin said, recalling the news piece from the Time Vault. Naruto laughed and answered, probably. How's Grodd doing out here? Caitlin inquired, spotting Grodd on a tree with a bird in his hand. He loves it, no cage, no bars, just wide open space and fresh air, Naruto replied, pleased that Grodd was finally able to appreciate nature. Well, I'm going back to the city. Let me know if Frost or I can help with the repairs, Caitlin remarked as she kissed his cheek and walked away. Naruto rolled his shoulder as he returned to work on the mansion's repairs. Naruto completed quickly before receiving a phone call from Betty, who wanted to meet him at his former flat. After a few seconds, about time I moved, Naruto said, despite the fact that he still owned this apartment until the end of the month, before being pushed inside his old bedroom. Warning. Lemon, well, hello to you all as well, Naruto remarked as he was shoved onto the bed and saw Chien, Jocelyn, Terani, Betty, and Tatsu, who were all dressed up for their birthdays. We've been thinking. You deserve a reward for all your hard work, Chien said, rubbing his chest as they stripped off his clothes, making him as naked as them. She brought her hand to her mid-C cup breast and her other hand down her athletic body to her pussy, seeing Naruto in all his glory. Tatsu said as she began to jerk the blade in awe of its size, such a mighty sword. Tyranny blushed when she noticed how huge it was and responded, "You can say that again." Tatsu began to suck Naruto off, just being able to take half of his dick into her mouth. He's so much bigger than Masao. She thought in terror since Masao felt gigantic to her. Betty approached Naruto and began kissing him. "I've wanted to kiss you for so long," she whispered, rubbing her athletic body and mid-DD cup breasts against him, and groaned in surprise when he gripped her round hard ass. Jocelyn moaned as Naruto drew her to his other side, grabbing her firm ass and pressing his fingers against her slit as she joined Betty, massaging her curvy body and low DD cup breasts. Naruto groaned as Tyranny took one of his balls in her mouth as Tatsu continued blowing him down as far as she could. "Take him all, Tatsu," Chien shouted to the female samurai, placing his hand into the back of her head, forcing her to take more of Naruto. "Oh yeah," Naruto exclaimed as he began to finger Betty and Jocelyn, causing the two to moan. Tatsu moaned as she grew accustomed to him inside her throat and began deep-throating him almost to the base of his cock. Tyranny licked on his balls while rubbing her breasts and fingering herself. "Here, let me help you," Chien said as she pressed on Tatsu's head again, this time forcing her to drag Naruto all the way down to the bottom. Tatsu began to cry and gag, feeling every inch down her throat, and had difficulty breathing as Naruto began coming down her throat, and as he drew out of her mouth he came on her C-cup breast and athletic body. So much, she thought in wonder. The other girls helped clean her up after she had tasted Naruto's cumin. "On your knees," Chien said, smacking Tatsu's small but round ass. "You shall have a true man take you," she said, getting Tatsu on all fours. "Come on baby, sheath your sword in her," she urged to Naruto, wanting to see him wreck Tatsu, wanting to watch him demolish her naturally stoic face. Naruto approached Tatsu and rubbed himself against him. Tatsu was giddy with excitement and remembered what Nissa had said to her. "Prepare yourself for a world of pleasure you're not able to comprehend as he makes love with you. Prepare to be forever his, as when you make love with that will be it. No man will ever be able to satisfy you ever again, not like Naruto." Naruto plunged into her pussy, causing her to moan loudly in delight as he began to stretch her out. Jocelyn said, "Fuck, I can see the outline." Naruto grunted as he gripped Tatsu's hips and thrusted back into him, mirroring his thrusts. Chien smiled as he saw Tatsu's expression as Naruto hammered into her. "God damn, are you tight?" Naruto exclaimed, shocked that she had a child because she was so tight. "I think she's gone," Chien remarked, snapping her fingers in front of her as she noticed Tatsu dribbling and her eyes curled up slightly. "She gone, wreck her, baby," she remarked with a chuckle, as she and Chien got along well because they both grew up in similar styles and frequently hung out with one another. Naruto began thrusting more forcefully and angrily. Betty was furiously fingering herself while watching the spectacle in front of her. Naruto smirked as he drew out and shoved himself into Tatsu's ass, causing the other girls to groan and finger themselves to the display. Tatsu was lost in the sensation, her mind drawing a complete blank before screaming in delight as Naruto entered her ass before feeling him pull out and slam himself into her pussy, coming in there as well. "Look at this," Chien remarked, pointing to Naruto's dick, which was covered in his cum and Tatsu's secretions. "Fuck me, Naruto, fuck me with this dirty cock," she kissed before rolling onto her back and spreading her legs. "Alright," Naruto murmured before squeezing himself into her pussy and making her groan loudly. "Yes, Naruto, fuck your little white lotus flower and soil her, please," pleaded Chien. Naruto's thrusts became more brutal as he mercilessly thrusted into her pussy, shattering into her womb. Chien groaned loudly in sheer pleasure, surrendering herself to the pleasure, and was astonished when Naruto pressed his lips against hers. "He is so strong," she thought, feeling him dominate her mouth as if it were her insides. Naruto growled against her lips as he began filling her womb with his sperm, and as he pulled out, he climbed her chest, thrusting between her tits, saying to her, "Taste yourself, Chien." Chien took him in with her lips open and tasted their mixed juices. "How do you taste?" Naruto inquired, intrigued. Chien savored their juices in her tongue and added, "Pretty damn good, but it tastes better with your cum." "Open your mouth wide," Naruto instructed, and he sprayed his cum into her mouth and all over her face. "My turn," Betty said as Naruto stepped off Chien. She pushed Naruto onto his back, climbed on top of him, and positioned his dick so it aligned with her pussy, dropping herself on it and squatting on his dick. "Fuck," she exclaimed as she bounced off of his dick. "I should have stayed if this is what fucking you'll be like." she said, placing her hands on his. Betty then sighed as Naruto wrapped his arms around her waist and began thrusting into her at a much faster tempo than hers, causing her to scream in delight. She then fell down to make out with him and then began to scream as her pussy literally erupted with her juices. "Wow, you're a squirter," Naruto exclaimed, surprised by how far she had come. "Shut up and wreck me," Betty exclaimed as Naruto continued to pound her pussy. "Alright," Naruto replied as he pounded harder into her. "Wait," Betty murmured as Naruto swiftly drew away, getting on her knees and burying her face in the bed. Naruto returned to her pussy after hearing Betty cry and began tugging her hair. "Yeah, just like that," Betty exclaimed, delighted in how rough she was being treated, and yelled as Naruto spanked her ass. Naruto stuffed himself into her pussy and entered her, prompting her to scream in delight. "Fuck my ass, I can take it," Betty begged before screaming in pain as he forced her face into the bed. Naruto thrust rapidly into her, causing her to scream into the bed in perfect ecstasy and bliss. "Yeah, take it," Naruto said authoritatively. "Fuck, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna take it all," Betty thought, as no guy had ever given her this degree of pleasure or fucked her so roughly, as Naruto reached into her and touched her in places she didn't know she possessed. As Naruto poured himself inside her rectum, he grunted. "Fuck, his hot cum is filling me up," Betty thought this as she felt his cum gush out of her ass. "Fuck Betty, you look messed up," Joseon said. "Do you think you can mess me up worse, stud?" she inquired. "Come on over and we'll see, honey," Naruto smirked. "How do you want me?" Jocelyn inquired, licking her lips. "I'm into a lot of stuff," she smirked. Naruto drew her over to him and looked down at her before leaning down to kiss her. Jocelyn whimpered as she stroked her bare skin across his dick, feeling the burning heat. Naruto shocked her by lifting her up and dropping her onto his cock, where he began hammering into her. "Fuck, he's so enormous, fuck, I'm going to be screwed up," Jocelyn thought happily as Naruto fully reshaped her pussy. Naruto exclaimed, "Fuck, you are tight. Then you better loosen me up, baby. Make my pussy yours," Jocelyn said in delight as the wind picked up and her eyes began to glitter and spark with lightning. "Fuck, I'm losing my fucking mind," she exclaimed in pure joy. "Good, that means I'm doing my job," Naruto answered, smiling. "And what job is that, to destroy my insides and reshape them to fit your godly cock?" Joseon panted. Naruto kissed her neck and murmured, "Yep. Fuck, are you sure it's not to turn me into your personal cum dump?" Jocelyn inquired as she began to lose feeling in her legs. "That's just a part of it, and a huge bonus," Naruto stated confidently. Jocelyn clutched to him as she murmured in complete joy into his ear before screaming as he emptied himself inside of her. "Come on, I know you can do more, fucking destroy me inside and out," she challenged. "Fuck, that was inside of me," moaned Jocelyn as Naruto withdrew out of her and Naruto's cum flowed out of her, creating a puddle of his cum beneath her. She was amazed as Naruto gently placed her on the ground and began to face fuck her. Naruto growled, feeling her throat around his cock as he played with her mouth. "I'm going to die fucking him," Jocelyn thought as Naruto was fucking incredible and making her feel numb from ecstasy. Naruto moaned as he erupted down her throat, causing her to climax from the sensation of tasting him. Jocelyn collapsed in tiredness since she was not prepared to be fucked by Naruto. "You're the next tyranny," Naruto muttered, glaring at her. "Finally, I've been waiting for this since high school," Tyranny remarked, making him recall what Irma had stated she had done with him at Christmas. "Let me worship this," she said as she wrapped his cock around her DD cup breasts. "Oh yeah, I'm lighting your fire, aren't I?" Naruto remarked, noticing how warm she felt. "You have for years," Tyranny remarked as she licked his tip. "In high school, I fingered myself furiously thinking about you. I wanted you to make me your bitch in bed, doing whatever you wanted me to do," she said with a lusty look on her face that ruined the innocence she was known to have. Naruto seized her head, drove himself down her throat, and began face-fucking her with her tits between his dick, adding to his enjoyment. Tyranny gasped as she began fingering herself to increase her delight as Naruto used her like a toy. "How does my dick taste, Tyranny? How badly do you want it?" Naruto questioned, letting go of her head. "It tastes amazing, and I really want it," Tyranny exclaimed, panting like an animal in heat. "Then allow me to give it to you," Naruto murmured, cumming her face. Tyranny began kissing his dick in order to suck more of his creamy sperm from it. Naruto grabbed her and pushed her curved body up before ramming himself into her, making her scream in delight as he uses her pussy like a fuck toy. Terani was moaning, overwhelmed by the sensation. "Fuck me, Naruto." She cried as she felt him begin to suck on one of her nipples and felt him remove one of his hands off her thigh and grope the other. Then she began screaming in delight as he began vibrating, adding to the pleasure she was feeling. Naruto pounced on her with such force that he was terrified they'd bring down the wall. Terani's head turned to mush as she felt nothing but pure happiness as she lost herself to the sensation. She quickly felt Naruto stuff her pussy in her womb until she felt her womb was about to explode. "Was it worth the wait?" Naruto said as the wall cracked and they penetrated it slightly. "Hell. Fucking. Yes." Terani exclaimed in delight as Naruto helped her to her feet as she felt his dick flow out of her. "I can't feel my legs," she murmured as her legs wobbled as she scooped up the sperm leaking out of her and ate it greedily. As he gazed at his lovers, Naruto smiled. "I love my life," he exclaimed proudly. "It'll get better sexy," Terani replied, pressing her hands against the wall and shaking her ass. "Honey, you can barely stand straight," Naruto murmured, squeezing her enormous soft bubbly ass and spanking it a few times, hearing her groan with each smack. Terani gave him a begging look as he slapped her ass before shoveling himself into her ass, causing her to scream since he wasn't gentle, and she enjoyed every second of it. Naruto smashed into her ass like there was no tomorrow, treating her ass as if it were his own fuck toy. "Fuck my ass, Naruto. Fuck it wherever and whenever, please. I need you. I want you to fuck as many times as you want," Terani exclaimed, never wanting him to stop. Naruto began vibrating his dick, heightening her ecstasy and bliss until ultimately coming inside of her. Terani's voice hitched as she climaxed many times from Naruto's cock vibrating in her ass, and as she collapsed to the floor, he caught her and carried her bridal style. "I want you to know, Naruto, you were the only man to fuck me, no one else touched me ever," she murmured to him, massaging his chest. "Then how did you break your hymen?" Naruto inquired. "I used to dance a lot as a kid, and I remember breaking it the first time I tried to do a split," Terani recalled. "Ouch," Naruto exclaimed as the recollection of her dragged something from his mind. "It's fine," Terani remarked, smiling as she saw Naruto place all the unconscious women in bed and they all nestled closer to him. "I love all of you and will always protect you," Naruto told the unconscious women as they tried to get closer to him. At the end of the lemon, to be continued.
That's it for this part, guys. Thanks for listening to this video. I hope you did enjoy this pretty story, and if you did, like, share and subscribe for more, and thank you all for help and support, and have a great day.